Addicts are here.
Including Crosby and Linden.
Linden?
In Linden.
Okay.
I don't know what he heard through the grapevine.
I don't know.
Marvin Gaye.
Because on this day, in 1967, Marvin Gaye recorded his version of I Heard It Through the Grapevine, a song first recorded by The Miracles.
Yep.
Also a million seller in 1967 for Gladys Knight.
There's an 11-minute version of it by Creedence Clearwater Revival, which is pretty good. Pretty damn good.
Got that. It's right over there.
It's over there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
11 minutes.
Yeah, you can't grab it.
No.
Well,
No,
we don't have 11
Don't
minutes.
have 11
Well, you
minutes.
can play a little of it. Of course, Marvin Gaye, an untimely end, intervened in a fight between his parents in the family home in Los Angeles, and he got into a physical altercation with his father. Boy, this was just...
It's very CCR.
Really good version. Marvin Gaye intervening in the fight between his parents, and he got into an altercation with his father, and his father shot him to death. Way to go.
And who else has a good version?
Who's that?
The Slits.
Oh, yeah?
I haven't heard this. You can't hit that note, you do that. Okay.
You know, there's never been a biopic made of Marvin Gaye.
Really?
Because the family can't agree on it?
No, it's just a lot of people have sort of kind of get it together, and they never... Like Cameron Crowe was going to do one.
If anybody could do it, it would be him, I would think.
It's Utah's own Gladys Knight.
Yes.
That's a good one. I think Marvin Gaye's family is litigious about things.
Could be.
No, I'm reading that just nobody's... The family hasn't stopped things. Stopped it. It's up fallen through every time for one reason or another, not because of his family. Of course, my favorite Marvin Gaye song, though, has to be What's Going On.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's...
Who that?
Wait, you'll probably guess.
That's
Oh,
Smokey.
that's no,
Not Smokey?
it's Smokey.
Oh, Smoke, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
I think of all the versions we've just played, it's the one I like best is Creedence.
Oh, not the Slits?
No, no, it's interesting. All right, it's a nice artifact, but but no.
Somebody says, I thought the California Raisins wrote this song.
Oh God,
That is... Kids, that's an
Children,
old...
please.
That is an old ad for raisins from
Children
the 80s.
behave.
and it made me stop eating raisins for
It
a
made
while.
you stop eating raisins?
Yeah,
It ruined
I like
raisins for
raisins,
you?
but I stopped for a while because of that.
is part of what makes the 11-minute version the 11-minute
Yeah.
version.
They just jam.
Yep. Jam it. Let's see. Now, real quick here. I know this is totally off topic.
What?
But there was no way to do it yesterday.
What's that?
I just thought I'd bring it up.
This is Falling from Twin Peaks.
But why?
Because yesterday, on this day,
Yesterday on this day.
yeah, Twin Peaks premiered 35 years ago and changed everything.
Somebody Italian wrote this.
Angelo Badalamenti.
Badalamenti, yeah.
I was thinking I'm about due for a rewatch.
Start from the beginning?
I don't think I've seen it since it was originally aired.
I watched it once because I've got them on VHS.
How many episodes are there of that first
I
season?
don't know. I've got the whole first season on VHS.
Or the first iteration?
It's like a box set kind of thing. Yeah. 35 years. 35 years.
Yeah, it's worth. I think.
So first season, there are 8 episodes.
Yeah, I could do
Doable.
that.
That's a weekend.
Maybe it's 2 seasons that I have. Or did they add on to the first season?
So first season was 8 episodes. Second season was 22.
22 to make up for. Okay.
Yeah, they renewed it and said, "Oh, this is good. Make more."
Yeah.
And then I tried to watch when they brought it back, and I don't know. I didn't care for it, so I stopped watching it.
Oh, the Return. Twin Peaks: The Return.
Yeah.
No, that was too far out there. That was too much. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, there you go.
This has been Farting Around with Carrie, Bill, and Gina on X96, Radio from Hell.
Okay, then what we do now is we take a break, and in that break period, it's time for you to call us. 877-602-9696. Check in with the Radio from Hell show. Simple to do. Mm-hmm. Just maybe you have some observations on Marvin Gaye. I heard it through the grapevine. Maybe you have some other observations. Maybe you want to tell us what you're going to do today. Just whatever it is. 877-602-9696. Check in with us. You can also text us at 33986.
The X96.
Your air conditioning gets fixed today?
Today, so I had to go through one more night of no air conditioning.
Could you sleep at all last night?
Yeah, I did. I mean, we put on a fan, but it's not that comfortable.
No. It just
it's-
moves around the hot air.
Yeah, and it's noisy. And but I fixed a nice dinner for my wife
For your anniversary.
For our anniversary. She loves mussels, and I don't.
Are they hard to prepare?
Easy, so easy.
They are.
It's you can do it in about 20 minutes. You gotta wash them. You know, just make sure. And some of them still have a beard on them. You have to remove the beard, whatever that is. And all you do is put some. So I did Spanish style. So I chopped up some chorizo, put some hot oil in a pan, and cooked the chorizo for a little bit. You know, it was cured chorizo.
Nice.
Spanish chorizo. Cooked that for a little bit. Thrown in some onions and some garlic, and let that soften up. Then some white wine and some chicken broth, and a handful of tomatoes, chopped up tomatoes, and the mussels.
And
you
if they
put the
don't
lid
open
on.
up, you don't eat them, right?
Right. And you put the lid on, and in 3 or 4 minutes, the whole process, but from the time you put the mussels in till the time you get them out, it's like 4 minutes or 5 minutes. And they are all open, and I don't generally eat them. But I
Really?
Yeah, they've not been my favorite. I like clams, but mussels have been But I thought, well, I'm going to try these, and I don't think I've ever had the Spanish style. Was really good with the chorizo there, and well, it was excellent. So
Sounds like it would be good.
have that and an artichoke and a glass of white wine and some bread to sop up the broth. But I bought 2 pounds of mussels, and between us we could not eat 2 pounds of mussels. So my wife called up her sister. Hey, I got some mussels here. You want to?
Take these mussels off our hands.
Yeah, she came over and got the pot of cooked mussels and took them home and delighted in them.
And how many years is your?
20.
Oh,
It's 20.
you're 26.
24,
You're
26.
26 because I was pregnant at your wedding.
Yeah, 26.
That's how I.
1997.
That's how I mark time.
1997. Is that when you were pregnant?
Yeah.
At our wedding? Okay. July 1997. Who would have thought?
Who'd have thunk it?
Who would have thought that person would stay with me as long as she has?
Are they trapped?
Not usually. I mean, I do have some allowances for movement.
Some allowances for me.
Not,
Some may call them restrictive, but
she's got the wrong room of the basement.
I just like to think of them as disciplined as
Yeah,
opposed to
exactly.
restrictive.
Yeah,
We all need discipline.
that's right.
At 33986.
All right, 6:21. Let's get this over with.
All right, I'm for that. We will take a break. No, we already took a break. We're back from the break.
Yes.
Now we'll take your check-ins at 877-602-9696, or you can text us at 33986, and we'll get to that directly right after we begin the show. Gina.
Participate in the Utah Division of Consumer Protection's free annual Declutter Day event on Friday, April 18th at the University of Utah Guardsman Lot. Safely destroy your sensitive documents, household items, and discard outdated medication. Visit dcp.utah.gov/declutter for details.
Man, have I got a lot of outdated medication. Woo! I'm going to take it all up there. It's in a one of those gallon buckets. And just take it up there.
A bucket?
A bucket of
I
discarded
was picturing
medication.
a gallon Ziploc bag. No, it's a bucket?
No, it's one of those Home Depot buckets.
Oh.
Full to the brim with a lid on it so nobody can get into it much. All right, the moon, you already missed it.
It was beautiful.
It was, but it set just a little while ago, just before 6.
I wasn't full. It was very close.
Close
though,
to
right?
full, yeah. It's 94.5% of full. We'll have a full moon on the 12th, so day after tomorrow, Saturday.
All right.
The moon is already set on this day, which is Thursday. It's the 10th day of April in the year of our Lord Jesus Christ, 2025. National Report IRS Tax Fraud Day. Yeah, why don't you do that, you dirty snitch?
Good luck with that.
Dirty
Who,
snitch.
who are we reporting it to?
Well, they'll put me on hold, and eventually they'll get to me. It's Hug Your Dog Day.
Aw.
Yeah. National Cinnamon Crescent Roll Day.
That's a very specific
It
crescent
is.
roll.
It is. And it's National Youth HIV and AIDS Awareness Day.
Oh.
And this is an all-new edition of the Radio from Hell show, starring the Lords of Morning Radio. It's Kerry Jackson right there putting on his hat. I'm Bill Allred right here trying to remember where I am.
You're right here.
Where?
Here.
Here. Gina Barberi right over there. She knows where she is at every moment of the day. Katie for short is our fine producer behind me. I think I saw Maya in the producer's booth helping out. Hi,
Yes.
Maya. Mm-hmm. And we have a dog in there, I'm sure. Vax. Yeah,
Vax.
There he is. They're lying down next to
It's our own dire wolf.
yeah, lying down there next to a poster, which should be hanging on the wall. A nice picture. Those are records, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, with there you can see me and Katie, and Carrie and Gina are on that too.
We have all kinds of things that need to be hanging on the wall. That
right
are
there.
on the
But we
floor.
don't have permission to put them on the walls. We have to ask somebody because we're 9 years old.
All right, well, let's go to check-in, shall we?
All right. Let's see. Oh, my little interface is not up and running. Let's go to Mike in Nashville first of all.
Hi,
shall we?
Mike. Hi, Mike. How's Nashville today?
It's going well. I'm not going to know for a couple of days, though, because I'm actually on the way to the airport to come to Salt Lake today.
Now
that's right.
You'll be here. You'll be getting here today.
Right. I'll be here today. I'm going to go to the Utah Hockey Club game tonight against the Nashville Predators.
Last game.
And then tomorrow last game. And then tomorrow I'm coming to reclaim my vinyl.
What? So will you be here at the studio bright and early, 6 o'clock in the morning?
I'm game if you are.
Well, sure.
Have you talked with Katie about how to
Yeah, it's the building's all locked up. and
get
stuff,
in
so.
to all the security and
You got to
everything?
use a laser and cut a hole in the glass. And
It's
then
a whole
reach
thing.
In and,
Yeah, that kind of stuff.
okay.
We'll put you back on hold, and you can talk with Katie about how you can get in.
Best way
okay?
to get in.
all right. That works.
All right, we'll see you
Hang
tomorrow.
on.
Safe travels.
Okay. Let's go to Bradshaw.
Hello, Bradshaw. How are you in Logan?
Well,
I'm good, thanks. Thanks for letting me listen.
It's my pleasure. What are you doing today? What's going on?
Just heading to work,
Mm-hmm.
pick up my comrade and head out.
comrade, eh?
Uh-oh.
Communists. Communists in Logan.
Hey, great farting around this morning. I was waiting for you guys to go into exactly what a grapevine meant to the artist there.
Why don't you enlighten us?
When back in his day, in the early days of telephone lines were so thick and going every direction, they called them the grapevine.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So I guess he heard it on the phone.
Yeah.
Somebody called him.
Heard it through the grapevine. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I guess that's.
Let me tell you about your girl.
You know what she's up to?
And that's back when they had. I remember having a party line when I was very young. Three or four different households would share one line, and so sometimes you would pick up the phone and you would hear somebody's conversation.
Yeah.
from
You
another
could
house.
Eavesdrop on.
Oh yeah.
Well, you could, but generally they would hear if you picked up. There was a little clicking sound or something, and people would stop talking and say, "Hello,
Who's there?
I'm using this line.
and then you would go, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm terribly sorry," and you would hang up and wait for the line to be free.
In my case, we knew who that person was, and we only had to dial 4 numbers to call anywhere.
Yeah, I think when I was a kid, we had to dial EX, and then I think my phone number was like EX7720 or something like that. I don't know why they use the letters instead of just the numbers. I don't get it.
It's cooler sounding.
Well, you got to wait a long time for that rotary dial to get back to X, don't you?
Yeah, yep, that's true. Had the phone on the wall with a really long cord, and then a Princess phone in the bedroom.
BR549. All right.
All right,
you,
Bradshaw. So long, Bradshaw.
We'll see you. Levi and Coachella checking in. Thought Weezer was going to play this weekend, but
Not now.
No.
one of the band's wives is in a shootout with cops.
Yeah.
We'll
I
tell you.
assume you'll have that in the news.
I'll do that first thing in the news.
I'll have that for you coming up. Let's see, Sketchy Blake of Ogden. I have a hankering for some California raisins this morning.
Man, I hated those.
I hate to think that the California Raisins ruined that song for almost 2 generations.
They didn't ruin the song for me. They ruined raisins for me.
Let's see, Nitro from Clinton checking in. I have a original University Radio from Hell card.
Wow.
Radio from Hell University card.
I have one right here in my...
I've got one somewhere here. Bus driver Troy checking in. Let's see. Gotta Give It Up, one of my favorite songs.
That's Blurred Lines, you mean. That's
Oh, okay.
the lawsuit.
That's the
Yeah.
lawsuit. Richard, who's not a dick, checking in. Tree of Maine. Mixer driver Shane. Emmett the Pool Guy. Meshach of Erda. Farting around reminded me that I need to drinketh from the grapevine. Parody song. If I were a good DJ, I'd make that happen. Ogden Oscar checking in from the haughtiest of terras. Hotiest of terras.
Terra
Sorry.
Haute.
I'm ashamed. I'm ashamed at myself for stooping.
No,
to
no,
this.
you're fine. You're playing along. We like it.
Tristan from the most west of Jordans. Weber State Professor Jake. Kilroy was here. Johnny B. Perry City listener Chef Roy. Woodworker Willie. Karen in Wendover. Michaela Verino. Kelly from the centerest of Vils checking in. Ella the
It's
Nanny.
Vile there in
It is.
Centerville.
Cajun Chuck. Mike in Nashville. Kevin from Layton. Let's see. Speaking of the IRS, representatives of the IRS say that due to Doge cuts, enough people planning to cheat taxes to cost our country $500 billion this year because they don't have the people to catch them.
Yeah.
All right. Well, there we go. Traffic.
Another story Bill will probably have in the news. Crews are continuing to work on 123rd South and Draper. Yesterday, a dump truck driver was arrested after a hit and run caused power outages in Draper. Like, tore down
Yep.
Yeah.
power lines. And anyway, that's still a traffic issue in that area. Crash I-15 northbound in Pleasant Grove. Vehicles are on the left shoulder. And whatever you're seeing on the roads, Infiniteam, you can let me know via text at 33986. Help Jerry Seiner Cadillac celebrate their new location with an incredible buying experience for your dream car. Come in today and experience the Seiner difference.
All right. Coming up after these messages and a song. Now, let me warn you about the song real quick. This song is so, if you know, you know.
Okay.
You may not know.
You may not know. It's that.
Is it going to scare people?
It's not going to scare people.
Okay.
But it's one that we used to play a lot.
I don't even know what it is.
Exactly. It's so, if you know, you know.
Okay.
All right. Anyway, but after that song, it's Big Boy News and Opinioendo. And Frank Christ presents They're Fine, They're Just Fine. The Dead Celebrity Game will explain how to play, what you'll win. All coming up.
Don't
Is it sponsored?
No.
All right.
Best question of the week is just what it sounds like. Send us a question about anything, and we'll answer it. Email us, radiofromhell@x96.com. Put best question in the subject line, and perhaps we will read your question. I've got a couple because these are just kind of quickies.
All right.
So maybe it's best questions of the week. First one is, who's the best Batman?
Well, Gina.
Lewis Wilson. He was the first Batman in the 1943 Batman serial that they showed him in movie theaters.
All right.
I just looked that up just to.
I mean, I'm a Michael Keaton Batman.
Yeah, he was sort of the one I liked the best too.
Well, lady and gentlemen,
Are we wrong? We're wrong, aren't
this
we?
is a discussion that could be had.
Okay.
All right. My answer is the next one.
You just want more. You just want more Batman? Is it?
Yeah.
No, I think you have your Batmans for your situations. Michael Keaton needed to be that Batman for that situation, to bring Batman into the Dark Knight era.
Every generation has its own Batman.
I mean, I'm always partial to Adam West myself.
Okay.
But yeah, Keaton was there for a reason, and then Christian Bale.
What about Val Kilmer?
Well, now that's another discussion. I had this discussion with the creators of the Venture Brothers cartoon, Jackson Public and Doc Hammer. All of us were sitting around a table at San Diego Comic-Con, but we weren't talking about the best Batman. They wanted to talk about which Batman had the largest codpiece. Yeah.
Well, that'd be Val Kilmer.
And it was determined that,
Sure.
I think it was Doc Hammer that said, well, it's got to be Val Kilmer.
That's obvious.
And then there are those who, let's do the vocal Batman, just vocal.
Oh, the voice actor.
Like animated, Kevin Conroy keeps coming up. Everybody says he's the best. So
I think the worst Batman was, because you don't even think of him, Ben Affleck.
I liked him okay for that situation. He was in a Zack Snyder movie. That's what Zack Snyder needed in a Batman.
Everyone always forgets George Clooney was Batman, too.
I never forget. I thought he was a good Bruce Wayne.
Oh, there you go.
Did they all have nipples on the suits?
No, just Clooney.
Just Clooney. Why
Oh,
was
wait,
that
did
one?
I Val Kilmer have?
I don't know. I wonder why that
I
was.
think it was because it mimicked Roman armor, is what the costume designer said. But I think a different Batman for every different situation.
All right.
This is from Tristan. Morning, Lords. If you had followed your childhood dreams, what would you be doing right now?
Sleeping. Childhood dreams. What did I don't.
I wrote a paper in the 5th grade
In the 5th grade.
that I wanted to be a talk show host.
Really?
Now, not like this,
Oh,
like a TV,
You mean like a real talk show?
like
host?
Like
a Stephen Colbert kind of a thing?
yeah, or like a daytime talk show host.
Well, why don't you do that
Well,
in podcast form?
I mean,
that's a whole other discussion.
Because my
but
wife is missing your podcast.
I know it's because my kids are I made the mistake of making my podcast around conversations with my kids, and they are all too busy.
they don't talk to you anymore.
Well,
do
it's
they?
time for a reformat.
So-
Remain Seated could easily be just a talk show.
It could, well,
It doesn't have to be your kids.
I guess so.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if I wanted to do this when I was a child, but for a long time I thought my dream job would have been to be a radio actor in the like the 30s, 40s.
You could do again. We can keep saying we can.
You can do that.
We can do this now.
Well,
And that's what a lot of podcasts are these days.
I mean, there's not it's not the same as you go and you do these live studio audience performances, and you didn't have to memorize lines. You could use a script.
Yeah.
You did that with Radio West. You did that radio play.
Plan B
with-
theater. Yeah, I did a few. That's where I really thought, God, this is a great job. I'd love to do this all the time.
Well, people are going to hate me. I'm doing it.
Why would they hate you for that answer?
Because a lot of folks have childhood dreams that go unfulfilled.
Oh,
and then
I see.
And then they resent people whose childhood dreams are fulfilled. I'm doing it.
I'm happy you're doing. And I guess technically I'm doing it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I found I really did find what I really wanted to do, and that was this. And I'm lucky because a lot of people go to work, and they don't like
No.
going to work. They don't like their job. They only go to their job as a means to an end, so they can go have fun doing something else.
There's work to live and live to work.
Yeah, but I have fun when I'm doing this, and then the rest of my life is miserable.
And then quickly, if you
Yes.
were a dessert, what would you be?
If I were a dessert,
Yeah.
A dessert, I would be delicious.
I mean, s'mores are my favorite dessert. So,
I thought you'd be a Pop-Tart. But
I do like a Pop-Tart. But it
That's,
would be,
that's not a dessert. You informed me this morning. It's a breakfast.
it's breakfast
food.
food. It's just, I love a s'more. That's my answer.
Any kind of pie.
any kind?
Yeah,
Fruit or dessert pie?
probably a fruit pie.
Okay, we're narrowing it down. See? Cake and ice cream mixed up in a bowl,
Yeah, that's good.
stirred up into a paste. Delicious.
Yeah.
Love it.
See, we'll answer just about any question.
No matter how inconsequential it is.
Radio from Hell at x96.com. Put best question in the subject line.
Have you guys ever been asked what you'd do if you had an unlimited supply of money? Certainly not this. I'd be traveling. Not only on vinyl, but an If You Know, You Know. Simon F.
I don't.
Baby
Man,
Pain.
I vaguely remember that.
We used to play it a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, and then we wised up.
It was a big hit for us.
Yeah.
Back
I thought
in
it was Interferon.
Baby Pain was one of them. There was Simon F. Interferon and Baby Pain.
Oh.
I couldn't find Interferon.
Well, that was a good one.
Yeah. Anyway, there you go.
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. Let's see. It's Big Boy News time. Now, right after this Big Boy News, it's Frank Christ Presents They're Fine, They're Just Fine, the Dead Celebrity Game. I'm going to give you a list of 4 celebrity names. 3 of those celebrities are, well, they're just fine. One of them, dead. Pick the dead one correctly. You will win.
How about a chicken bucket?
Oh?
A Radio from Hell chicken bucket.
Yeah, that's not just
Specifically.
any chicken bucket.
No, it's Radio from Hell chicken bucket.
It's a bucket that contains prizes. One of the prizes I know that will be in there is a brand new edition of the Radio from Hell coffee mug, and Katie usually finds some other wonderful prizes to put in there.
The Radio from Hell chicken bucket does not contain chicken.
I will throw in from the Punk collection a Moldorama wax figure of Jiminy Cricket.
Oh, really?
Of Jiminy Cricket, he's your favorite.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
Punk gave me like 10 of them, though.
Oh, okay.
So I'm spreading the love. All right. Let's see. So let's get... Frank Christ coming up. 877-602-9696 right after this. Big Boy News and Opinioendo brought to you by...
Business owners, do you owe $15,000 or more on employment taxes and don't know what to do? McClure and Stewart, your local trusted tax attorneys. Go to McClureandStewart.com today.
Well, somebody said earlier that Weezer was scheduled to play a concert.
Coachella.
Oh, it was Coachella. Yeah. Well, I don't see any reason why they they wouldn't play Coachella. I mean, it wasn't like one of them got shot, but the wife of their bass player got shot. Weezer bassist Scott Schreiner's wife, Jillian Lauren, was shot by police on Monday as officers searched for hit-and-run suspects in her Los Angeles neighborhood. Jillian Lauren was treated for a non-life-threatening gunshot wound at a local hospital after the incident, but later booked for attempted murder, according to Los Angeles police. The episode started on Monday afternoon at about 3:25 in the afternoon when California Highway Patrol requested backup for investigating a 3-car hit-and-run. Now, as traffic backed up on the 134, at least one suspect fled on foot, witnesses said. Uniformed officers responded to the request for backup and established a perimeter in the nearby Eagle Rock neighborhood. And while there, a woman exited her home holding a handgun, according to police. Officers ordered her to drop the handgun numerous times. However, she refused, according to an LAPD press release. Authorities allege the woman, later identified as Ms. Lauren, the bass player's wife, pointed the gun at officers, which is when they fired on her. Lauren was able to run back into her house before returning shortly with a second woman, later identified as her babysitter.
Police, you watch my kid, I'm being arrested.
Police took both women into custody, transporting Lauren to a local hospital for treatment after determining she was not involved in the hit-and-run.
That's the weirdest part of this. What was she doing with the gun in her front yard?
Lauren and her babysitter were later released from police custody, although she was later absentee booked for attempted murder. Lauren is the author of 2 best-selling memoirs, 2010's Some Girls, My Life in a Harem, and 2015's Everything You Ever Wanted. And she, of course,
she was like a paid concubine of like some like Saudi prince or something.
Really?
And she wrote a book about it.
Wow.
Yeah, I know this is a very, very odd story. They booked her and charged her with attempted murder, but they released her from police custody, and then booked her later. That's something.
Well, because she went to the hospital.
Well, it just says that Lauren and her babysitter were released from police custody. She was later absentee booked for attempted murder.
Because I think she was in the hospital.
She's out of the hospital. She's at home. So I don't know.
I think you mean in between.
Yeah, maybe so. Anyway, now Donald Trump announced on Wednesday afternoon that he's postponing reciprocal tariffs for dozens of nations, while increasing tariffs on China to 125%. The announcement sent immediate shockwaves on Wall Street, sending stocks soaring within mere minutes of the statement. The U.S. began collecting reciprocal tariffs on imports from 86 different countries on Wednesday. The most notable of the tariffs was 104% duty being imposed on goods being imported from China, which was raised after the country retaliated. White House officials said that the 10% tariffs on global trade partners would remain in place. The U.S. is also keeping a 25% tariff on steel and aluminum imports, as well as levies on foreign automobiles. President Trump said he decided to pause the larger tariffs after people began getting, as he put it, yippee amid the market turmoil. He also expressed confidence that fair trade deals will be made with countries, including China. Nothing is over yet, but we have a tremendous amount of spirit from other countries, including China. China wants to make a deal. Trump announced he was increasing tariffs that it imposes on goods from the U.S. China announced that it was increasing tariffs on goods from the U.S. from 34% to 84%. But stocks surged on news of the tariff delays. It was he said it's a 90-day delay. The Dow Jones Industrial Average gained 2,962 points to close up 7.87.
I'd be curious who made a ton of money yesterday.
Yeah.
Like maybe knowing that this was going to happen.
Marjorie Taylor Greene, for example. There's one.
2 teens accused of killing a California woman in Washington City vacation rental 2 weeks ago made their first court appearance Wednesday afternoon. Both juvenile defendants appeared separately via remote feeds in Judge Eric Gentry's courtroom. The 2 are being held in separate juvenile detention facilities more than 250 miles apart. Mahalia Sorescu, 16 years old, and Abigail Flanagan, 17 years old, are accused of killing 47-year-old Andrea Mottram. She was Sorriescu's mother. They are accused of stabbing her to death. It remains kind of unclear as to why this happened. The judge just read the charges to them and asked if they had any questions. No, Your Honor, we do not have any questions. So that will continue. And now we go to the crime desk. She likes to find the silly in murder. It's crime reporter Gina Barberi.
It's just not silly. It's just a little, not only is it murder, but a little interesting tidbit added in with it.
You used the word silly when we were speaking off the air.
A New Jersey woman allegedly tried to orchestrate a murder-for-hire plot targeting her former cop boyfriend and his teenage daughter through a dating app, offering $12,000 to kill the both of them.
Well, that's just silly.
Jacqueline Diodorio, 26, was arrested in Gloucester Township after she began communicating with a confidential informant to pull off the double murder. She went on Tinder to see if she could find someone, a hitman, to kill both her 53-year-old ex-boyfriend and his 19-year-old daughter. She met the fake hitman on Tinder, and they agreed to meet up at the Wawa.
Oh, yeah.
Again,
another
silly detail. She exchanged several phone calls and text messages with the informant for a couple of weeks. During their communication, she allegedly wanted her ex-boyfriend dead and revealed he was a police officer who she met when she started cutting his hair. They finally agreed to meet to exchange cash at the Dollar General on April 4th.
Another silly element.
She handed over $500 in cash as a down payment for the killings and said she'd pay the rest in installments. You know, if you can't afford to pay it all up front, you should wait till you can afford the murder for hire before you do it. Anyway, as soon as she handed over the money, the cops swarmed and arrested her.
That's good advice, Gina. I'm saving up.
Save up for murder.
I'm saving up right now. One person was arrested after a dump truck accident caused a power outage in Draper. Police say the dump truck and its driver were found along the old Bingham Highway in West Jordan. He has since been arrested and faces several charges. According to police, the dump truck drove through the area with its bed raised, which caught overhead power lines and in turn pulled down several power poles. Wow. The driver then allegedly fled. Police, it says here they've not yet found him, although in the sentence before that they said they found him and charged him. So they do have him. I think he finally noticed his dumper was up in the air. You know, when your dumper's up in the air, you've got problems.
You think you should know.
Yeah, his dumper.
But you'd think it would, like, the first thing you run into, you'd be like, uh-oh, what? But he kept going.
He stopped and got out of the truck, looked up and lowered his dumper. And then he got off. Then he got off his truck and took off. This is really poorly written. If you made a mistake, stick around and try to help out. Don't just take off. It's not cool," said a witness named Buster Burris. City officials sent an alert in the afternoon saying the outage had knocked out power, and it's still out, right? So some of it's still out.
Some of it's still out, and the traffic is having trouble in that area too. So.
Let's see. The measles outbreak in West Texas has reignited familiar anti-vax tactics, claiming there are readily available treatments for the disease while sowing doubt in the safety of vaccines. Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. on Sunday touted two particular medications that have not been shown to work as first-line treatments for measles: the steroid budesonide and the antibiotic clarithromycin. And he claims that those are treatments for measles. There is no proof of that. None. Zero.
You know what works? Being vaccinated and not getting it in the first place.
Former Florida U.S. Senator Marco Rubio, the U.S. Secretary of State now, he has a bodyguard. Well, his bodyguard was arrested for drunken disorderly behavior in Belgium. They said, "We're closing the bar," and he said, "No, you're not." This bodyguard, "No, you can't close the bar," and he got into a fight with the people who were in the bar.
This is essentially a case of "Don't you know who I am?"
Yeah. The acting commissioner of the Internal Revenue Service is resigning over a deal to share immigrant tax data with Immigration Customs Enforcement.
But I thought immigrants don't pay taxes.
For the purposes of identifying and deporting people illegally in the U.S. Melanie Krause, who had served as acting head since February, will step down over the new data sharing document signed Monday by Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent. The agreement will allow ICE to submit names and addresses of immigrants inside the U.S. illegally to the IRS for cross-verification against tax records. And finally the video of this is just something. During a funeral at Pittsburgh's Green Mountain Cemetery, pallbearers were about to set the coffin down that they were carrying when the ground collapsed under them and all 6 men fell into the grave along with the coffin.
Oh.
A mourner caught the entire shocking moment on video. Yes. It was just horrible. It was a horrible incident, and it happened at a bad moment. The deceased stepdaughter said the whole platform was trembling. It was wobbly. The wood was wet and soaked. Rodriguez said that the casket landed on the deceased son, and he was out like a light, with his face in the mud.
Get him some therapy.
The pallbearers all suffered injuries, but apparently nothing too serious. I think the funeral home and the cemetery should apologize, Rodriguez said.
Yeah.
There should be some reimbursement.
Free plot.
Being that the ceremony was interrupted, nothing was done properly.
Picture there at x96.com/live.
Yeah, there's 6 guys fell into the grave.
So there are guys underneath that casket.
Yeah.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
Wow.
But, well, it'd be a funeral you'd always remember. There you go. All right, that's it.
Sports weather traffic.
Oh, the Jazz won last night. Look at that.
So we're tied for last place, right?
133, 126 over the Portland Trail Blazers. Let's see, next game, and I think it's the last home game, tomorrow, 7:30 against Oklahoma City Thunder. Utah Hockey Club, they are out of the playoffs, but they are playing tonight, as Mike in Nashville said, the Nashville Predators in town. Mm-hmm. Puck drops at 7 o'clock for that. Salt Lake Bees lost last night to Reno 2-6. That's your sports. Weather, 80 for a high today. Could be 84 tomorrow.
We'll see.
We'll see. You don't believe it? Carrie don't believe it.
I'm not sure I do.
Carrie doesn't believe it. Very warm. Traffic, we have a crash northbound Bangor Highway at the top of the on-ramp from 124 south in Riverton, blocking 2 right lanes. Expect delays in that area. Crash I-15 northbound in Pleasant Grove. Vehicles are on the left shoulder. And bad accident, somebody says, northbound Bangor 126 south, 2 right lanes blocked. Thank you for that. Yeah, if you see something else, you can text us and let us know, 33986.
Here he is in the studio, the angel of death, Frank Christ, has joined us.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, Frank.
How are we all feeling?
I'm fine. I'm just fine,
I'm
Frank.
fine.
Frank, I was just doing a little research. Apparently, when you do your work in Amsterdam, in Holland, they call you Skinny Henry.
Why?
I don't know
Well,
why
you
they
are
call
kind
you.
of skinny.
Well, yes, that's true, but Henry?
They say, here comes Magra Hein, which means Skinny Henry.
Henry. My name is Frank.
Frank is the reaper of the souls of celebrities all around the world. And it is a curse because Frank loves those celebrities.
I love our precious celebrities, each and every one of them.
Frank is, as you would picture, a Grim Reaper. He's wearing the robe with the hood. He has a scythe. The only thing that's kind of odd and different about Frank is that he doesn't get around on a horse. He has an electric scooter.
Well, it's better for the environment.
Well, that's true.
And horses, they just don't like me.
Yeah,
and I don't like them.
Frank reaps the souls of celebrities, and it's a curse because, well, he loves those celebrities.
Indeed, everything they say and do is right.
We have a game that we play with Frank every weekday. It's called Frank Chris Presents.
They're fine. They're just fine.
And he's given me a list of 4 actors, and 3 of the actors on the list are, as he
fine.
said, they're fine. But one of them has, well, met Frank, and Frank has taken this celebrity's soul or spirit or whatever you want to call it to the distribution center. And it is the contestant's job to identify the dead celebrity. And if the contestant does that, they win a prize. Who do we have to play today?
Ashley is here.
Ashley, good morning. How are you?
Oh, I'm fine. I'm just fine.
That's good to hear, Ashley. Now, Ashley, if you identify the dead celebrity out of these 4, you will win a Radio from Hell chicken bucket. Is that right?
That is right, and it contains a Radio from Hell Diner style mug. Carrie's thrown in a little Jiminy Cricket thing. Bill will probably put a cough drop.
I'll put a
in
cough
there.
drop in there for you. A Halls Mentholyptus. How's that?
Oh, please don't miss the cough drop.
All right. Now, Ashley, because it's National Youth HIV and AIDS Awareness Day, Frank has given me a list of actors in movies about HIV and AIDS, the AIDS epidemic.
Oh.
So you ready to go?
I'm ready.
All right. Identify the dead celebrity. Number 1, Glenn Headley, widely known for her roles in Dirty Rotten Scoundrels, Dick Tracy, and Mr. Holland's Opus. She had recurring roles on the TV shows ER and Monk. She also did a lot of stage work with Steppenwolf Company in Chicago. Her HIV/AIDS movie, And the Band Played On. Number 1, Glenn Headley. Number 2 is Joanne Woodward. She won an Academy Award for Three Faces of Eve. She appeared in many TV dramas such as Tales of Tomorrow, Goodyear Playhouse, Danger, the Philco Goodyear Television Playhouse, and You Are There. She was also in a lot of movies with her husband, Paul Newman, such as The Long Hot Summer and Cat on a Hot Tin Roof. Her HIV/AIDS movie, Philadelphia. Number 2, Joanne Woodward. Number 3 is Lee Grant. Her career began on Broadway, making her debut in Detective Story. Her career was interrupted when she was blacklisted for 12 years after refusing to testify before the House Un-American Activities Committee. She returned to acting in Peyton Place, In the Heat of the Night, and Shampoo. HIV/AIDS movie, one of the first films to address that topic. It was called It's My Party. Number 3 is Lee Grant. And finally, number 4, Anita Gillette. Many Broadway credits, including Gypsy, Carnival, Guys and Dolls, They're Playing Our Song, and Cabaret. She had several guest starring roles in Law & Order, Special Victims Unit, Shake It Up, Modern Family, Blue Bloods, and Chicago Med. Her HIV/AIDS movie, Boys on the Side, in which one of the main characters is found to be HIV positive. Number 4, Anita Gillette. All right, Ashley, which one of those actors is dead?
I am going to go with number 1, Glenn Headley.
Glenn Headley is correct.
She was young, wasn't she?
62.
Yeah.
Too soon.
She died in 2017. I thought I'd throw you off because Joanne. Every time I look, I think Joanne Woodward is dead, but no, she's 95. Lee Grant is either 97 or 99. Nobody's quite sure. And Anita Gillette, 88 years old. So congratulations, Ashley. You get the Radio from Hell chicken bucket. I must add this. There is no actual chicken in the Radio from Hell chicken bucket.
Oh, what a bummer.
Well, but there will be a cough drop for you.
You know, it'll sustain me long enough.
All right. Thanks, Ashley. Hang on, and Katie will tell you how you get your chicken bucket.
All right. I've got a long ride ahead of me.
Where are you going?
Where are you going?
Got to fly to Russia.
Russia.
Steven Seagal,
Oh,
73.
Give him a good poke.
It says here martial artist on his list of credits, and I just don't believe that at all.
I wonder what they call you in Russia.
What do they call me in Russia?
Comrade. Chris?
Comrade Chris.
Hey,
Comrade
hey.
Huh?
I lived through that. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Frank.
So crash eastbound I-80 at 72nd West. Crash southbound I-15 at the I-15-215 junction in Davis County off to the right shoulder. Crash northbound I-15 Pleasant Grove Boulevard in Utah County. And somebody says bad accident northbound Bangor 126 South. 2 right lanes are blocked. That came in via text from an Infinity member. That's all of you. Let us know what you're seeing on the roads.
All right, KXRK Provo, we will take a break. We'll be back after these messages. Some geek news for you. The damn contest. We've got Boner of the Day, Big Boy News. The X poll coming up is tell us about your first kiss.
Yeah.
Simple.
Simple.
You remember yours, Carrie?
I'm trying to.
What do you mean you're trying to? It doesn't immediately come to mind?
Believe it or not, Gina, I was once very cute.
But your first one, that's
what I mean. I can't remember which was first.
Oh.
Yeah, I can't really quite remember.
I'm trying to.
okay. First, it's like not like spin the bottle.
First
like your
significant.
first, I like you, you like me.
Oh, that
kiss.
one. Okay,
Yeah.
well,
That
that
kiss.
narrows it down.
Yeah.
Okay,
the,
all right.
the one that led to other things.
Yeah,
All right.
not just a spin the bottle.
Okay.
Thank you. All right. We got that for you coming up, so stand by.
When you were
Supplements. That's how you do it. Supplements.
when you were growing up, did you try to make money, have a job like mowing lawns?
Yeah.
Were you ever good at it at all?
No.
No, I never was either.
We tried selling. We sold tomatoes.
Yeah, vegetables. We had this huge vegetable garden,
Yeah.
and so there was more vegetables we could eat. So we'd get a wagon and go around, try to sell vegetables, but nobody.
I got my paper route.
I did do that. Hated that.
Yeah.
Oh man, I hated
really hated
Well, you
that.
had to get up early.
Yeah.
Well, no, just on Sundays, the Standard Examiner was an
Yes.
afternoon paper.
Yes.
That
So
was
those.
terrible.
Yeah.
And I worked for my grandfather a lot. But I was just thinking about that because I was reading this article. It's the weirdest side hustles that can make you real money.
Okay, like what?
Supplements.
Pooper scooper.
Oh yeah.
Do you still use the pooper scooper?
I do.
Mr. Pooper scooper.
He comes on Tuesdays.
Yeah.
He must be doing well. He has a very large truck.
And it's full of poop. And yeah,
That's a job I hate to do.
Yeah,
like
I
that's
hate it, too.
and it's not that expensive, Des.
No.
So it's a win-win. It's
Yeah, it's not that expensive.
Yeah.
He comes up and does it.
Here's another one.
Yeah.
Baby gear rental.
Oh,
So, like if you have a bunch of old baby stuff that your kids have outgrown,
yeah.
you could donate it to the road home, or you could make some money off it. You rent it out.
like a
like a
jogging
bassinet or
stroller. You only need
yeah.
you don't use a jogging stroller all the time
Or a bassinet, or a,
Okay.
you know,
for when they're smaller.
just rent it out until that person no longer needs it, and then say, okay, bring it back, and I'll rent it to somebody else. So that might work out. Friend services.
Like what?
Yeah, what's
Well, there are a lot of lonely people in the world. I will be a friend to you for $150 an hour.
That one's a little weird.
You know, rent a friend. I don't. You know, it's kind of maybe.
I
would
need
be
a
okay.
date for a wedding or
Yeah,
something.
kind of. Or would you just come over and play cards with me for a couple of hours? Or, you know,
I guess it would depend on what you're doing.
sell your underwear.
Nope, I'm out.
Well, I don't want to buy your underwear anyway.
That's gross and weird.
But that's, you know, it's like you'd sell it to people who want to buy
Yeah, I know
used
why.
underwear.
Yeah.
Sell your hair.
oh
I thought you donate your hair to Locks of Love. That
Gina,
Well,
the point of this is to make money on the side.
Okay.
I'm not going to make money on the side donating it. This, I don't know about this one. Line standing.
Yeah, okay, I'll keep your place in line.
I'll keep your place in line. You pay me.
I don't remember the last time I stood in a line for a long time. I don't know. Virtual juror. So apparently, law firms do a lot of mock trials.
Oh, I see.
You know, to get
Practice.
clients ready,
Yeah.
and they
That
they
might
actually
be kind of interesting to do.
yeah. And
Sure.
apparently they hire
Especially if it's
jurors,
zoomed in.
and you can do it. Yeah, you can do it at home.
Okay, that's the first one you've said that I'm sort of interested in.
Well, how about this one though? Sell your poop.
No, oh, this is for like.
Companies need
Yeah.
human
Oh, I
feces for a wide variety of research purposes, and they're willing to pay for it, as much as $500 per donation. Or, I guess you can get on it as a regular basis, and they'll
A
just
subscription?
$1,500. You can make $1,500 a month.
Oh, here's somebody who has paid someone to stand in line for Red Butte concerts.
You know what? Red Butte was the first thing I thought of, because the thing about Red Butte is if you want a good spot, you have to get there early, and it's usually really hot.
Yeah.
Standing in line there, and okay.
Well, okay.
So that's just some ideas if you want to make a little money on the side. Fortunately, the three of us are rolling in cash, so
Yeah.
we don't need to do that.
Although Radio from Hell brand turmeric, we're selling turmeric.
It's good for you.
Good for you. Trust us, it's good for you. What does it do? What do you need it to do?
Makes you healthy.
Whatever you need it to do.
Yeah, just makes you healthy.
Well, I'm tired all the time.
Yeah.
It'll take care of that.
Sure. If you're going to be asking these kind of questions, Gina, I don't think we want you on the
It
team.
hurts when I do this. Will
Oh,
it help that?
turmeric.
Oh, okay.
Turmeric will take care of that for you.
986.
Like Steven in Springville was curious about if there's anything he can watch at work instead of work at work. And good news, Steven in Springville. We've got Geek News on the radio right now, brought to you by satisfying all your gift needs since 1982, located in the heart of Trolley Square. It's Cabin Fever, so much more than a card store.
Hey, Dave. Okay, got a couple of things. A lonely person in Santa Quinn would want to watch.
Okay.
Let's see. So Dan Trachtenberg, who made this Predator prequel.
Oh, yeah.
Prey.
Yeah.
I love that movie.
That everybody said
It's
was
so
just
good.
terrific, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So the movie company said, here,
Do that again.
here's money, and here's
Figure something else out.
Here's some Predator toys, and do what you want with them.
Yeah.
And he went, oh. So he's not made just one, but he's made two Predator movies.
Okay. What's the premise?
Here's the catch, though. The first one that you're going to see is animated.
Oh, yeah, I heard that. Yeah.
June 6th, it'll be on Hulu. So you'll have to wait a bit. Like I said, June 6th. But he's got Predator Badlands in theaters in November.
What's the premise of that?
We don't know quite yet. But this one, animated film, it's an anthology. Takes place across multiple settings. World War II, the samurai era, time of the Vikings.
Because Prey let you think, oh, predators have always been here,
Yeah,
and so they
always been.
could show up in different ways.
It's time I tell you about the monster.
So at each time period, a predator appears to fight their deadliest warriors. So in some cases, that's a World War II flying,
Oh, I see. Yeah.
And there's this great shot of these World War II planes flying through the sky and hitting something because, the predator ships are invisible.
Right.
Or it will kill us all.
But it looks violent. It looks exciting. I think it should be fun. That'll be on Hulu June 6th. It's called Predator Killer of Killers. There's some pretty spectacular kills in this. You'll have to just watch. I tried to describe that one that you just heard, but it's too complicated.
Okay.
It involves a World War II plane, a cable, and not just taking the plane down with the cable, but well, never mind. Just go and look.
watch it. Okay.
Go and look.
Okay.
All right. Here's a little something else for you to look at today. But this one has more to it than that. Apple TV. They have, and I told you about this once before, but this is our first real good look at it. It's a show called Murderbot, and it's based on a series of books. And it's got a Skarsgård in it, so that'll make you happy.
Security unit, or SEC unit. I was built to protect and obey humans, and humans are idiots. But now that I've hacked my programming, I can do whatever I want, as long as they don't find out.
Now, let's talk security. We need you to select a SEC unit to take on the mission. This is the newest model available.
What's the one behind it?
That's a refurbished model.
Oh, look at that piece of crap. Oh, wait, that's me.
Which one's the least expensive? That one, but you get what you pay for.
True.
So it's Alexander Skarsgård as a security robot who decides to call himself Murderbot.
I was watching the entertainment channels on the company's satellites.
It's not that he hates humans, he's just sick of them.
Shows like the
I
rise
get
and
it.
fall of Century Moon.
Did you sleep with that bot? Stars, Captain.
What now?
Anyway, so it's based on Martha Wells' best-selling Hugo and Nebula award-winning books, The Murderbot Diaries. About the self-hacking security construct, horrified by human emotion, yet drawn to its vulnerable clients. Played by Skarsgård, Murderbot must hide its free will and complete a dangerous assignment when it really wants to be left alone and watch futuristic soap operas, including
The Rise and Fall of Sanctuary Moon, which is the soap opera that he likes to watch.
It calls
So,
itself Murderbot. House private. It's a killing machine.
Murderbot?
Can you stop calling it Murderbot? It's terrifying.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's what it calls itself, so I am just being respectful.
yeah, it should be fun. Should be fun, I think so. Go take a look at it. And then the final video I have for you to watch. Remember the Marvel video a while ago? It was all chairs, and it was five hours long.
I remember you telling us about it.
Look at all the people that are going to be.
I don't know why it is that Marvel feels like they should do this to us, but they put out another one.
More chairs?
No, this is it's one of those ambient, Marvel ambience series. There's a whole series of these. And this one is here to bring you Zen. It's 5 hours of Wolverine breathing.
What?
It's Hugh Jackman, yeah.
Is this going to be your new before you go to bed? Like
I don't know, but if you cue into about 4 minutes 18 seconds, he does more than just breathe. He does this quick little kind of a. Let's see if we can get it here. Yeah.
That's it?
That's pretty much it for 5 hours.
Will anybody do that?
I tried yesterday.
How far'd you get?
I got about.
Well, you can just put it on while you're doing other things.
3 minutes in. Anyway, yeah. So it's a 10-hour. Yeah. There's also a 10-hour video of Agatha All Along's dreamy witchy beach house. I don't know why it is. Marvel feels like these ambient videos are the way to go, but do something exciting, please, just for a change. I don't know. Traffic.
A couple different people have texted in. There's a fire northbound I-15 by 650 North exit in Davis County. They said no one's responded yet, but they're going to assume it's going to cause some delays. Thank you for sending that in. Yeah, UDOT hasn't mentioned it yet, so you're on it, Infiniteam. Sent that in at 33986. Don't pay for tires and oil changes ever again. Get tires and oil changes for life with every new Mazda purchase from Bountiful Mazda. See Bountiful Mazda today for details. We do have the damn contest.
All right, let him do the boners, and then we'll do the contest.
Got the boner candidates here. Number one is, this roast duck tastes funny. Boner candidate number two, well, this is what you get when you pair cruelty and stupidity. And boner candidate number three, that Clemente banner, it's not making us any money.
All right. We got some messages, a song, and then Boner of the Day and Big Boy News all coming up. But right now...
Win $1,000 in another Flippin' Cash contest here on X96. Listen for the keywords that we'll announce at approximately 7:15 a.m., 10:15, 1:15, and 5:15. Each keyword is a unique entry for you, so listen all day to increase your chances of winning. All the rules are at x96.com. This is a national contest. I'm going to give you a keyword and a text line. This is a different text line than we use for other things here. That number is 508-777-1000. The keyword this hour is shop. Shop, S-H-O-P, shop. Text that to 508-777-1000 now for a chance to win $1,000 cash in this nationwide contest.
This is Jeff from Brigham, and I just won $1,000 to make.
You, Bill, about your selection of boner candidates. Mm-hmm. But I was sure today that you were going to have one, and you didn't.
What did I miss one?
Well, the UK came out with their sexiest men alive list, and
how did they find enough people to put on it?
they polled 2,000 women on some dating site called Illicit Affairs. So I don't know what women. So maybe these are the sorts of men women want to have affairs with.
Really?
But so the headline is who the number 3 person is.
Who's that?
The number 3 person is Prince William. And no.
Well, I even have a problem with number one.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. That was the headline. But then when I pulled up the whole list.
But Gina, compared to every other man in England, he's okay.
No, I mean, so number one on the list, and I never watched Top Gear. Apparently he used to be a host of Top Gear, and now he has a farm reality show.
Who's
His
that?
name's Jeremy Clarkson.
Yeah, I know who that is.
He's a right-wing a-hole.
You've got to tell me that Paul Hollywood is on there.
Paul Hollywood is not on there.
What? See? Exactly.
What?
So number one is this guy, Jeremy Clarkson.
I'd put Paul Hollywood before that.
Those piercing blue eyes?
Absolutely.
Number two is Tom Holland. Okay.
Okay. Now that makes sense.
At least he's ahead of Prince William. Number four is Gareth Southgate. He's a soccer. Number five is Cillian Murphy, which is weird because he's Irish.
Well,
but okay.
Yeah, but I mean, have you seen him? Have you seen him naked? You've seen him naked. He's not really. I don't
what
know.
Are you saying,
I
Bill?
like him as an actor, but
piercing eyes.
Yeah, he does have piercing eyes.
But he moved his kids out of London.
Back to Ireland.
Back to Ireland because they were starting to get English accents.
And he's from Ireland.
And that's how Irish he is.
He didn't care for that.
Now, number 6 on the list. I am outraged this person is number 6. Behind all of those people I just mentioned.
Who's that?
Idris Elba.
Oh, number 1.
He should be way up there.
How is he behind in line to any of those people?
Maybe it's because he's getting a little older.
It does not matter in the slightest. Well, Jeremy Clarkson's old.
Very old.
And the other end of the list, I don't know who any of these people are. Ramesh Rangatarian, he's a comedian. There's some TV presenters, Sam Thompson, Russ Cook. I don't know who these people are. But it was mostly the beginning of the list.
But the headline was...
William?
Prince
really?
William.
Now, there was
Wait
a
a minute.
time...
Yeah, Jeremy Clarkson. How come... What? I just looked
Exactly.
up Jeremy.
Yeah.
What?
Exactly.
He looks like a potato.
Yeah.
Who paid for this list?
I have problems with this list. Henry Cavill, not on this list.
Not on the list.
Anywhere.
Should be.
There are good-looking British people. It's none of these people.
Oh, yeah. I just got a picture of Jeremy Clarkson sent to me that is, ugh.
Yeah. I don't get
Jeremy,
it.
I learned some time ago to never take my shirt off. You should...
Now, maybe he's charming.
Oh, wait, he's got 6 nipples.
Maybe there's something that I don't get about him.
He can be funny if you're a right-wing a-hole.
Is he a right-wing?
Yeah.
Well,
but maybe because I'm an American woman.
Jeremy Clarkson was born in Tick Hill.
Well, he is a bug that digs into your skin and sucks your blood. Yes.
But it's interesting to see William's trajectory, though, because there was a time but it is
Was
not
there a
now.
time?
He is looking more and more like his dad every day.
Yeah.
There was a time that Harry was the weird-looking one, and William was the good-looking one. Now Harry's the good-looking.
I have to trust you on this.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
There was a time.
I thought Harry looked great in his Nazi outfit, though.
It was a Halloween costume.
Inbred
somewhere.
royals.
Yeah.
God.
None of them are.
No. And Charles, oh, jeez. Charles is not on the list.
He is not, no. But yeah,
The people who are defending this painting of Charles.
I like it.
Oh my God!
I think it's
You're
okay.
one of them.
It's kind of cool.
I like it. It's all right.
It's different.
It's different, yeah.
It's not just a straight.
You notice it's blood red except for his hands. He has no blood on his hands, and I think that's by design.
I think it's that because I think it harkens back to his old "I'd like to be a tampon" days.
Gross! Jeez.
That's what I think it is.
Think about that.
Yeah.
Forgot about that.
Yeah.
Man.
You might have something there.
There's a butterfly on
his shoulder.
There is?
on his shoulder. Yeah.
I didn't notice because I'm so distracted by everything else.
It's his pet butterfly. He calls him Flitty, and it gives him advice.
I will admit I'm one of the people that are like I kind of like it.
I just
No, you want your portraits straight ahead portrait.
if you're British royalty, I suppose.
Hey, should we get some? We should get somebody to do portraits of us.
How close is that to caricatures? You've always said you don't want to
No caricatures.
But you want like a
But
you want to be you want to like pose
Yeah.
like in a chair and
Portrait's
have somebody,
different.
Yeah.
Have somebody sit in front of you at an easel and
Well,
paint you?
they usually do this from photographs now. They take a
No,
photograph.
I want to stand there while opera is playing.
I want to be smoking a cigar.
well, opera is playing.
Is there so anybody listening? If you are a
you wanna
talented
paint-
if you're a talented portraiture,
We're against AI here. We want
We want real
a real painter.
real thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
don't just create a portrait.
and we don't
a
want
painted-
caricatures. No caricatures.
Caricature's got to be a portrait.
A realistic portrait.
And, if you wanted to paint me like Vigo the Carpathian, that's fine. Because that's what Charles looks like.
I kind of like it.
Jeremy Clarkson.
That's
It's
a bad
different.
choice. And everyone's boiling it down to, well, they have money and power. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I guess what they so if these are women that are interested in having affairs, maybe he looks like somebody who would have an
You think
affair.
that's it?
Yeah, that's an affair person.
there are boat people. And there are affair people.
I get an affair vibe.
All right. Definitely an affair vibe. Oh, I had the on this day, and of course, because I didn't have it on paper, the computer decided to reset. There we go. Okay, on this day.
Yes.
Dead or Alive released the second single from the band's second studio album, Youthquake. Lover, Come Back to Me.
You don't have to knock on that door, no.
No. All right. Let's see, 7:25, and it is time now for Boner of the Day. 3 news stories. These will be examples of bad, stupid, or funny human behavior. And you will decide with your vote who is the worst of these 4. Who is the most deserving of the award that no one wants to win? Boner of the Day. Boner means mistake. 2 candidates now, a third after the news. Once you've heard all 3, then you'll vote. One of you lucky random Boner voters will receive.
Let's see. Boner T-shirt.
Yes.
You can't buy them. You just got to win them.
Here's boner candidate number 1. Hey, this roast duck tastes funny. A Chinese restaurant, I believe this is in Madrid, has been forced to close its doors after it was raided by local cops who made a gross discovery when they inspected the restaurant's roast duck. The Jingu restaurant in Madrid's Usera district was found to be selling a common vermin found on many city streets, pigeon.
Oh, selling pigeon.
Grim police footage from inside the restaurant showed leathery strips of meat hanging on a clothes horse inside the kitchen in vile conditions. Other clips showed bags of discolored meat along with bowls of plucked and cooked pigeons.
They could have just called it squab.
The restaurant had excellent reviews, but within a few hours of customers leaving, they reportedly began to feel discomfort. Madrid Municipal...
I'm feeling discomfort.
Madrid municipal police officers received numerous complaints about the restaurant before raiding it. When they entered the restaurant, they went to a back room where they were met with a vile sight. At least 300 kilograms of rotting food. It is thought that the restaurant grabbed pigeons off the street, kicked them to death, and then plucked them and sold them as roasted duck, according to local media. The restaurant also had 8 faulty, rusty freezers, all filled with bags of unlabeled and undated meat. There are other details which I won't go into right now, but boner candidate number 1, this roast duck tastes funny. Here's boner candidate number 2. This is what you get when you pair cruelty and stupidity. Fox and Friends human ray of toxic positivity, it says here. Ainsley Earhart.
Oh, that's Hannity's girlfriend.
Yeah. Displayed all of the financial acumen of a trust fund hamster this morning, or yesterday morning, a couple of mornings ago, while discussing Trump's economy crashing tariffs with co-host Steve Doocy. When Doocy shared a story about an elderly retiree watching his life savings evaporate, it took Ainsley Earhart 14 words to say what Marie Antoinette did in 4, when she said, let them eat cake.
Mm-hmm.
Here's what Earhart said about the elderly man watching his life savings evaporate. Quote, well, he probably has other money coming in, right? I mean,
Everybody has other money.
He's just relying on that. Yeah, most 80-year-old retirees have a diverse portfolio of income streams.
Exactly. He just has other money.
Earhart went on to parrot the official party line. Well, Trump did say we need to be strong, we need to be courageous, and we need to be patient. Just let him do his thing. Your retirement fund may be circling the drain, but sacrificing your financial security is a small price to pay for Emperor Trump's vanity trade war.
Yeah.
And even Steve Doocy, who normally has all the backbone of a spatchcocked goose, it says here.
Well put.
Seemed uncomfortable with this just have more money take on the elderly poverty. He probably just has more money, right? More money coming in.
You just always have other money. No, there are people that just live on Social Security, and that's all they have.
But that's the bubble that these people live in.
That's this is what you get when you pair cruelty and stupidity.
Yeah.
That's what you get. Boner candidate number 2. Coming up in a moment, boner candidate number 3. That Clemente banner, it's not making us any money.
Boner candidate number 3 coming up after this. Big Boy News and Opinioendo brought to you by
Feldman's Deli, Utah's authentic Jewish deli with expanded hours, now open Tuesday through Saturday, 8 a.m. to 8:30 p.m., breakfast till 10:30, lunch, dinner, live music Fridays and Saturdays. More information at feldmansdeli.com.
Few people who know the iconic Golden Girls theme song lyric, Thank You for Being a Friend, would have guessed that for Betty White, friend might include a sweet treat and a stiff drink.
Ooh.
During an interview on Tuesday's Jimmy Kimmel Live, actor Megan Faye revealed a little-known tidbit about Betty White during their time working together. Did you get to know Betty? Kimmel asked the actor after revealing that White and Faye worked together on her first film, the 2011 Hallmark movie The Lost Valentine. Well, a little bit, Faye recalled. We crossed paths quite a lot. And she loved drinking vodka on the ice and eating chocolate cake for breakfast.
Oh, Carrie, she's just like you.
I love her.
Vodka on ice and chocolate cake for breakfast. I mean, she was like a real true legend. This left Kimmel surprised, prompting him to comment that she lived a very long time, as he pressed for more details. Was she drinking the vodka with the cake, he asked. Yes. But then quickly she amended her statement and made it clear that Betty White was a true professional and never drank while at work. We're bringing, this is an exclusive story, though. Faye went on to reflect on how privileged she felt to have worked alongside Betty White, confessing that she learned that you can be as incredible as that and still be so human. She said she was just a wonderful
nice.
person to be around. Well, let's see. This is... a teenager with autism is fighting for his life after being shot 9 times by Pocatello police. Residents in Pocatello are demanding an answer, questioning why the incident ended so violently. A few of the neighbors living nearby captured everything and began sharing it on the internet, said neighbor Christopher Spradling. 2 days after Pocatello police shot 17-year-old Victor Perez in his family's backyard, everybody in the community wants answers. Why didn't you take other measures to de-escalate the situation? Asked one Pocatello resident. The police were called to the home around 5:30 on Saturday, 5:30 p.m., for a report of a domestic disturbance. In a video that was captured by a neighbor, Mr. Perez can be seen on the ground showing signs of distress and sometimes struggling to stand up. And when police arrived, he was attempting to stand up and approach the officers while appearing to hold a knife in his hand. At that point, officers opened fire, hitting Perez 9 times. Spradling, who lives next door, said, I was in my apartment when I heard the gunshot. I came out. I saw the young man lying on the ground, surrounded by police. I don't believe what they did to that kid was right. Apparently, he is very autistic. Mr. Perez is very autistic. Spradling described him as a good kid, saying he didn't look like a threat to me. He just seemed like a kid minding his own business. He would just sit in the yard. Now, why did he have a knife? Well, they don't know. But was he really menacing the police, and did it warrant him being shot 9 times?
Probably not.
That's going to be the question. It's been one of the driving criticisms of the University of Utah, the state-mandated, the state-imposed cuts, the metrics that Utah's public colleges have been instructed to use when determining which programs to discontinue. To save money, they're kind of vague, but state leaders have directed that they want inefficient and low enrollment majors to be phased out. They've called for degrees leading to lower-paying jobs to get the axe. And the law they wrote says schools should factor in graduation rates, job placements, and enrollment. But how is low enrollment or lower paying defined? What numbers specifically are below the mark? Well, for the first time, some of those targets were revealed this week during a faculty meeting at the University of Utah.
I'm sorry, what if you want to go into something like sociology? Or where you're not going to make a lot of money, but you're doing good work? Like, that's your passion is helping people? You don't.
We're not going to need sociologists. We're just going to doge them.
Well, here are some of the guidelines that they're saying. The system of higher education says they need to focus on majors that graduate fewer than 40 students per year. Phase them out. Depending on how majors are calculated, they say the counts vary widely, but the data is challenging, but they're looking to make us do it. If you have only 40 students graduating in a major, get rid of that major. Get rid of it. As measles cases surge throughout the U.S., Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is encouraging people to get vaccinated. He's finally come around to doing that. Kennedy, who has given mixed messages about his support for the vaccine, said his position and the federal government stance is that the government should not be mandating people to get the vaccine, but we encourage people to get the measles vaccine.
The reason you need a mandate is because you getting the measles can affect other people getting the measles. If this were just a matter of my body, my choice, I don't want that vaccine in my body, and it didn't potentially affect other people, you might have an argument. But your not getting it affects other people.
Is it still the case that schools say you need to show proof of immunization unless you have some kind of a waiver?
Yes.
To put kids in school.
Yes.
Okay.
But it's apparently
but they're giving more and more waivers.
It's apparently pretty easy to get a waiver.
Caroline Leavitt, White House. This woman is really a moron.
Yeah.
She's the White House press secretary, and here's her spin on Trump's decision to reverse his controversial tariffs. Leavitt chided reporters on yesterday, when she appeared to argue that Trump's decision to roll back most of the tariffs he announced last week, following days of sliding stock markets, fears of a global recession, and criticism from even his most loyal backers, was actually part of his plan all along. She says, many of you in the media clearly miss the art of the deal. You clearly failed to see what President Trump is doing here.
That's not what this
You
is.
try to say that the rest of the world would be moved closer to China, when in fact we've seen the opposite of that. The entire world is calling the United States of America, not China, because they need our markets.
Okay.
They need our consumers, and they need this president in the Oval Office to talk to them.
You've not given us any proof that any countries have contacted you.
She's just full of it. So full of it. Oh, by the way, there's a new loyalty test.
A new one?
Trump. There are these golden lapel pins, which is Trump's profile.
Oh yeah.
And people have to start. People are all now wearing them to prove
You know what those look like? Some of those pins that we bought when we were in Russia.
Yeah, they do.
They look like Karl Marx.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Actually,
Or
this one,
Stalin.
I'm looking at a close one. It looks more like Chairman Mao.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Oh, it's frightening.
Yeah.
That's exactly the look he was going for.
Newsmax Media has published defamatory and false statements accusing Dominion voting systems of rigging the 2020 election. That's what a Delaware judge ruled on Wednesday. A jury still has to decide whether the conservative news outlet is on the hook for damages, but the judge says, it's been proven.
Yep.
You guys,
you lied.
You lied.
Made it up.
Yeah. Yep. All right, that's it.
Weather, traffic.
Well, warm today, even warmer tomorrow. 80 today. I think the record today is 81. We could get there. We'll probably get there tomorrow. Then things cool back off for the weekend a little bit, but a couple of very warm days. We have overnight lows in the mid-50s. Traffic, we have emergency crews blocking the right lane and shoulder, I-15 northbound between 7th South and 650 North exits in Clearfield, causing some slowage through that area. Crash northbound Bangor Highway, top of the on-ramp from 124 South in Riverton, blocking the right 2 lanes. Expect delays through there. And whatever you're seeing on the roads, please let us know. Text it to us, 33986. Stubbs Dental, award-winning services, life-changing results. Visit stubbsdental.com to book your appointment now.
Here's boner candidate number 3. That Clemente banner, that's not making us any money.
Yep.
Now, I don't know how many of you remember Roberto Clemente. He was a baseball player for the Pittsburgh Pirates, and he was a great baseball player. And he was a humanitarian. He was killed, or he died when he was on a mission to Nicaragua, I think it is, his home country.
Mm-hmm.
They'd had a devastating earthquake there, and he was there taking aid to Nicaraguans, and the plane crashed, and he died. Well, the Pittsburgh Pirates revered Roberto Clemente. They had banners hanging all around, and there was one particular banner that they had, which is strategically placed so you always saw Roberto Clemente's name and number when you watched the Pirates on TV. The camera always had it there. Well, the Pirates decided that wasn't making them any money, and they took the banner down, and they put up a banner for, what was it, beer, I think.
Seltzer.
A seltzer. Yeah. The memorial graphic on the right field wall at the park was recently removed and replaced with an alcohol advertisement, and the Clemente family and the fans were, what? What are you doing? The baseball legend's son, Roberto Clemente Jr., penned an open letter to the team on April 6th, accusing the Pirates of making the change without any communication with our family. We appreciate that the Pirates acknowledge their failure to inform us, but they finally have gone back. The Pirates have said, okay, the ownership of the team, okay, the Clemente banner goes back up. But the fact that they took it down in the first place, it just shows a lack of any empathy and anything that's smart.
Yep.
Boner candidate number 3. That Clemente banner isn't making us any money.
All right, let's review the first 2 and vote.
Boner candidate number 1 was, this roast duck tastes funny. Apparently a Chinese restaurant in Madrid, they've been forced to close because what they were selling as roast duck was actually pigeons. They'd go out and get them off the street and cook them up and tell people it was roast duck. Boner candidate number 2, this is what you get when you pair cruelty and stupidity. Ainsley Earhart, stupid woman, saying about an old man who's watching his Social Security evaporate, his retirement evaporate, saying, well, he probably has other money he can rely on, right? No. And boner candidate number 3, that Clemente banner isn't making us any money.
All right. Let's get to voting. Here we go. You've got to decide of these 3 candidates, which one is the worst. Which one deserves to be boner of the day for today, April 10, 2025. One way to vote is to text us. Just remember your candidate number, the one that you think should win, the one that you think is the worst. Put that single digit, 1, 2, or 3, in the message of a text. And text that to 33986. Or you can call Katie in the producer's booth. She'll take your live voice vote, 877-602-9696. Or you can go online, x96.com, look for of the box that says Boner Voting April 10, 2025. Click and vote. And if you don't see that box, refresh your browser. It'll appear. Click and vote. Right after this, it's the X poll. Tell us about your first kiss. We'll explain coming up. Get ready to call.
It's often said that people of Utah speak a language all their own. It's a language that's often confusing and even incomprehensible to newcomers here in the Beehive State. So, Radio from Hell presents a handy guide to help everyone understand how the natives speak. It's the Utah Word of the Day, and today's word is...
Well, today there will be lots of Utah words in this exchange between the mayor of Mona, Utah, Don Criddle, and his son, Denver. Don is beginning planning for a community celebration when Denver rushes into the office.
Daddy!
What
Daddy,
is-
I
what-
got to talk to you. It's real important.
Well, it better be important, boy. I'm right in the middle of getting stuff ready for the annual Lavender Days celebration.
Well, Daddy, that is coincidental because Lavender Days is what I wanted to talk to you about. I know the Lavender Days beauty pageant, it's a big part of the festivities, and the Lavender Days queen and her court, very important because they have official duties all year long.
Well, this is true. Right after this year's pageant, as a matter of fact, there's to be a dedication and ribbon cutting at the new Mona City landfill, and we'll need the Lavender Queen there to officiate. We need to have a real solid pageant this year without all of the problems of years past.
Oh, that's the truth. Last year's pageant was a real crap show for sure. The MC ruined everything. He got the girls' names wrong, made the judges mad, and then announced the wrong name as the winner. So Ellen cried when it turned out she didn't win, and it was really Audrey who was the new Lavender Queen.
Well, I thought Sam Baskin would be a great MC. He's real funny when I go down to the dairy and buy milk from him. And he gives a real good talk in church.
But he ain't a professional, and that's what I am proposing. We need professionalism in the MC position. As a matter of fact, we need two professionalisms.
Who do you mean?
I think the perfect MC team for the Queen contest is Captain Breakfast and Benny the Egg from KVOM 1493.5 on your AM dial. They ain't working right now because their radio tower is still missing, so they have time. And they told me I could judge the swimsuit part of the pageant competition.
Now, Denver, first of all, you know that you are no longer allowed to be closer to them girls than the back row of the auditorium. Second of all, them two radio jokers are no friends of mine, disrespecting the office of mayor and making fun of the Criddle name.
Daddy, they promised me that if they could get this gig, they would go easy on you when they get back on the airwaves. And they said they would give me a job as a stunt boy on their show.
No son of mine.
Don't worry, Daddy. Nobody's going to know it's me. They're going to give me a kind of disguise to wear, and then they're going to give me a new name. When I'm on the show with them, I'll be Dinky the Danger Dude.
Join us again some other time as we examine how the Utah natives speak with the Utah Word of the Day.
603-986.
All right.
Well, that was just horrible.
Bill has a bunny at his house right now.
I do. She's a little lop-eared gray and white bunny.
And I would be upset because that actually happened.
It's terrible. My God.
Does your bunny have a name?
No. No, because we're not keeping the bunny.
You still have to. No?
No, whoever ends up adopting the bunny will name it. It's
All right.
Baby Bunny.
Let's award boner of the day.
And the boner of the day is brought to you in part by some rice with some pork belly.
And these boners making you feel like you need to flee the country? Travel Club 365 can help. From cruises and all-inclusives to bucket list adventures, your local travel pros can plan it all for every budget, all with no planning fees. Give Travel Club 365 a call or text 801-441-0102. That's 801-441-0102, travelclub365.com.
Well, some solid voting for the roast duck tastes funny. Some solid voting for the Clemente banner, but you can't beat cruelty and stupidity put together in Ainsley Earhart. Boner candidate number 2. She wins with 159 votes. Boner of the day.
There you go. That's your boner of the day for today, April 10, 2025. Now qualified to be boner of the week. That'll be decided tomorrow by Dave the Flower Guy when he comes in here and just tells us who boner of the week is. That'll be at about 9:50 tomorrow. Right now it's X-Poll time, brought to you by...
See movies on the big screen at local nonprofit Broadway Center Cinemas this weekend, taking a double feature with Eraserhead and Mulholland Drive. Get tickets and showtimes at slfstix.org.
All right, then. It's the Radio from Hell X-Poll. And it's a simple question today. Tell us about your first kiss, your first serious.
I was going to say, you need to maybe put some parameters
This
here.
isn't spin the bottle. This is I like you, you like me. First kiss.
Girls used to chase me on the playground and try to kiss me.
Yeah, that doesn't count.
No, but I remember my first kiss that led to something serious was my first real serious girlfriend, and I remember it because she put her tongue in my mouth, which I had never I had never experienced before, and I went, huh. And I also remember it because it tastes like cigarettes.
Where were you? I need more details.
Where was I?
Yeah.
Well, I probably at her house, I think, because her mother worked. And so,
empty house.
Oh, yeah.
Mom's gone.
Yeah, we could do anything we wanted, and often did. And or it might have been the cemetery in North Ogden. Could have been there.
You would remember if it was a cemetery. That's a memorable place.
We spent a lot of time at the cemetery, so it's hard to differentiate when it might. It was either at her house or at the cemetery, or it might have been in the back seat of her mother's car.
Those are all very different.
Well, but they were all great. What do you mean?
I just mean I think you'd remember specifically.
Well, the first time, it probably wasn't the car. It was probably the cemetery. Tongue in the mouth, cigarettes. It was great, and it led to other things. So 877-602-9696. What was your first kiss, Gina?
I was 15. I had a broken leg.
Mm-hmm.
A hip cast. So bottom of my foot all the way up to my hip.
Mm-hmm.
Crutches.
That's serious. All right.
And there were a bunch of families that went on a camping trip. These were families that did 4-H and junior posse together. So these are horsey people camping.
Okay.
And I had a crush on one of the cowboys. Mm-hmm. And we're sitting around a campfire. It's dark. Hip cast, crutches.
Yeah.
He says, "Do you want to take a walk?"
Dude.
In
the dark.
Well, I did because I was hoping something was going to happen.
Even though you're hobbling along.
Yeah,
and
so in the dark. On crutches.
What is wrong with this guy?
Good idea.
Sure, let's go for a walk.
Good
we
idea.
Didn't walk far, just far enough away.
Let me guess, his name was Carl.
No.
No.
Just far enough away. on crutches.
And you got, and it was a kiss?
It was.
Chaste? A sort of chaste kiss?
No, it was a kiss. But apparently I was not very good at it.
Mm.
And somehow this came up in a conversation with my mother, him, and my mother, because she knew what was happening. And the next day, she asked him about it, and he said, well...
She wasn't very good.
Well, you were...
So I'd never done it before.
Did you tell him that you'd never done it before?
Yes.
Oh, so he knew.
Yeah. But apparently I needed some tips.
And apparently he was a turd.
Yes.
Because you say, that's private. I'm not going to talk about that.
You know my mother. She can get anything out of anybody.
Not me.
Oh.
Did I tell you about the time I kissed your mother?
877-602-9696.
Here's a good one.
Yeah.
Text. My first kiss. I was 18 and had just come out as a lesbian. She was older than me and had a tongue piercing.
Ooh.
Afterwards, she gave me her entire CD collection.
That must have been a good kiss.
You must have been good.
Let's go to line one there.
Nick. Hello, Nick.
Hi, Nick. What's your story?
How's it going?
Good.
So my first kiss was at...
Oh, Nick.
Nick.
Where'd you go?
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
You're
cutting in and out.
Yeah, you're cutting in and out.
Nope, we should go on to somebody else.
Nick.
Call back, Nick.
Yeah, call back, Nick.
Get into a better location.
Yeah, hold perfectly still next time. 877-602-9696 is the number to call.
Carrie, you?
Well, see, that's the thing is I'm trying to remember. There's three girls, and I'm trying to remember who was first.
How could you kiss them all? Oh, you didn't.
This was all around the same time?
It was all around the same time. Because
it's kind of gets lost in the fog of the past, doesn't it?
Now, if you want kissing strictly out of lust and first time and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
That was a girl across the street.
Yeah.
But for passion...
Like, I like you, you like me.
Then that would be my second girlfriend, Cheryl.
Yeah.
Who went on to marry my best friend, Braden.
Oh.
So she taught me all the good stuff.
Okay.
And then that just went further with Donna. So
you learned some skills.
I learned some skills
from
along
Cheryl.
the way. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Cheryl was very. Yeah, I get the feeling she'd done it before.
Yeah, probably.
I guess I should have asked her.
Yeah, my first kid, she had done it.
She taught you.
She had done it many times.
And there was just making out was awesome.
Yeah.
And that was enough,
You didn't need any more than that.
Well, no, we did. But, you could have.
But just that was awesome.
Just that was enough. It was awesome. Anyway, 877-602-9696 is the number to call. Tell us about your first kiss.
If you dare.
At an LDS dance in 8th grade. Went outside into the field by the church. Yeah, sounds familiar.
Yeah, there used to be some making out at Mutual.
Oh, yeah.
Out at Mutual.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Crash I-15 northbound 53rd South in Murray blocking the left shoulder. Highway Patrol isn't on the scene yet. Expect them to block the HOV lane once they arrive. Delays stretch back into Sandy. Crash northbound highway, northbound Bangor Highway, 125th South in Salt Lake. Crash eastbound I-80 72nd West. And whatever you're seeing, you can text us 33986.
All right. We'll take a break. We'll be back after these messages with more of the X-Poll. Tell us about your first kiss.
We only have one person on hold right now. Andy, hang on.
People are shy.
Got plenty of lines, so 877-602-9696.
Todd Newcomb knows a thing or two about alternative music. He's been...
in Los Angeles.
Okay.
I feel weird about this. I was talking to Carrie
Really?
about this off the air. Yes.
Why is that?
Because I have this job
Yes.
in radio.
Yeah.
Katie might understand what I'm talking about.
I might too if you'll tell me.
So we were on vacation last week and we were out of town, and my daughter Jonesy was upset because her very favorite artist was in town here last weekend. His name is Rule.
Okay. R-U-L-E?
R-U-E-L.
R-U-E-L.
And
Okay.
he's kind of like a Harry Styles, you know. He's a cute 20-something boy. I don't know anything about him. I don't know his music. I don't know. And she and her friends are nuts for him.
Yeah.
And she was all upset that we were going on vacation when he was coming here to Salt Lake.
And so you'll kowtow to a teenage girl being upset that she's missing a concert and pay a lot of money to go to Los Angeles.
My daughter has never asked for tickets to any concert. She's never expressed any interest in going to anything except for this. And I'm like, okay, if he's playing somewhere, this will be like your birthday present or whatever. If he's playing somewhere close and it's a weekend, I don't have to take off work.
See, close to me would be like Provo.
Well, I said, we'll go. And I look, and he's playing in L.A. tonight.
Now, you said, I feel weird about this being in radio. Why?
But I don't know anything about this guy.
Gina, I'm in radio, and there are lots of things I don't know about in music.
But I don't know if his show here sold out, but I know it did very well.
I'm sure. That's the way music is these days. My kid listens to a lot of music and a lot of stuff I've never, and they'll play it for me, and I'll go, "Oh, that's really good."
Yeah.
So they sold out the Complex the other night, and I'd never even heard of them. So,
but
that's the way music is today.
I mean, typical, middle-aged mom. It makes sense to say, "Oh, my kid likes this artist." I don't know. I should know this.
It's also why radio is irrelevant.
Well, that's what Carrie and I were.
That was the discussion we had.
See, radio is irrelevant anymore.
Yeah.
When it comes to the music industry.
Yeah.
That's not what people don't listen to this show because of music. Well, those alternative classics.
But we have to play a song.
Or at least a song an hour. Well, I for one am glad we're doing that. It gives me breathing room.
So, see, he's
fine.
He's a cute boy.
Yeah, he's fine. A little too precious for me, but okay.
He's the only poster she has in her room. Like,
wow.
I just.
Better be careful. There might be some dirty words in there.
but I'm doing the other thing that I also thought I would never do, which is I bought myself a ticket, and I'm going to stand in the back and let.
Okay.
I'm not going to be like up there in the middle of it.
Why
it's
would
not
you?
my thing.
No.
But I never thought I would be that person that's standing in the back.
I would, if I went so far as to do what you're doing, I'd say, I'm dropping you off at the venue. I'll be over here at the lounge. When the show's over, I'll come and get you.
I don't know. I'll report back whether it's. I'm feeling like a normal mom.
And Gina, being in this business, you could have gone to Todd Newcomb, our program director, and said, Todd, my daughter really likes this artist.
Yeah.
And Todd would say, oh, I know the record company. I could probably get you tickets.
Well, I don't like asking.
Then don't bitch when you don't get it.
I'm not bitching.
This has been Farting Around with Carrie, Bill, and Gina on X96, Radio from Hell.
I'll ask every time. Because you know why?
Why?
I deserve it.
It's 8:03.
Yes. Oh, Graham and Draper had his first kiss in Draper.
Well,
And
good
they're
for
still
him.
together. First kiss,
They're
still together in
In
Draper.
In Draper?
Yep.
All right,
True
let's
love.
let's go to the X Bowl. 877-602-9696. Your first kiss. Tell us about it. We got some people on the line there.
Let's go to Andy. Hello, Andy.
Andy, what's your
Let me
story?
Get the theme music
Howdy,
going
folks.
here in a
Hi.
second. Yes,
Hi.
go ahead.
In the mid-'90s, I was in 6th grade, and the really fun way to flirt with, girls back there, opposite sex, would be to go to the classic skating roller rink and hold hands during the slow song.
Sure,
yeah.
You were there?
Yeah.
Yeah, remember that?
Yeah.
So we're there, and it was a little group of us, and there's this girl I really like, and she really likes me, but we're both so nervous it's not happening. And her girlfriend grabbed her head, and my buddy grabbed my head by the ears and turned us towards each other and helped enforce that we kissed each other. So that was the first peck.
It was a forced kiss.
A forced kiss. And then did
Forced
it
kiss.
continue after that?
Yeah, she started walking me home from school, and we do a little one right before we made it,
Yeah.
Goodbye, and-
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Got good at it. All right. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Andy.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you, Andy. Let's go next to Mike.
Hello, Mike.
Hi, this is Mike and Malad. I had two first kisses. First one was in 2nd grade in Boulder Creek, California, just at the end of recess. A cute little girl that I was going out with at 2nd grade gave me a kiss at the end of recess to say goodbye for the time being as we went to separate classes. The second one was the first day of high school, just about to get into my first class, and a girl grabbed me in the middle of the hallway and gave me a heavy, wet, passionate kiss right before my first class.
Wow,
A standing ovation from the boys.
Did you know her?
I did. I'd met her just a couple weeks earlier at a church dance.
Boy,
at a church
did
dance.
consent mean nothing to her?
That's a good
At
story.
that point, first day of high school, I think I was consenting.
All right.
Thank you, Mike.
Thanks.
Let's go to Camille. Hello, Camille.
Hi. So I have a first straight kiss, and then I have a first gay kiss.
Okay.
Excellent.
All right.
Go ahead.
First one was in high school. My high school boyfriend basically found out how I kind of imagined my first kiss happening and basically made it happen on Valentine's Day.
That's nice.
Oh, well, that's sweet.
Yeah.
So sweet.
But it didn't.
Pretty decent.
It didn't
yeah,
take
for
though.
us.
Apparently.
Yeah, I mean, we were friends. I like to joke we were friends with appropriate benefits. We just kissed. We were friends who kissed sometimes, and it was fine for somebody who was closeted to herself.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So then your second kiss, you want to tell us?
So I took her up American Fork Canyon on our second date, and she said that if I had been a man, she wouldn't have gone because she would have been worried about me serial killing her. But she figured she could take me in a fight.
If it comes to that, I can take you.
Well, there you go. That's romance.
Yep.
I'll say.
But it was very romantic. We were under the stars and everything, and it was sweet.
Oh, well, that's nice.
There you go.
Well, thank you. See you later.
Yeah.
All right.
You see how easy that is? 877-602-9696. You should have a story about the first kiss that you ever experienced.
Let's see. Texters. My first kiss was in an empty and dark party room at Classic Skating.
Yeah.
A couple of classic skating ones.
It was pretty good.
It's all right.
That's a good place to have your first kiss at Classic Skating.
Sid says he stuck his tongue in my mouth and just left it there.
I still have it, as a matter of fact.
Sorry, Sid.
Just left it there. There you go.
My first kiss was in 8th grade. We kissed in the common area after school and got caught by the vice principal.
Oh, he's the worst person to catch you.
Stern talking to. She broke up with me after 3 days and dated half the school. Half the school? All right. I was lying on the floor because my back was hurting. We were watching my uncle's dog. The dog came over and licked me on the mouth.
That's not a first kiss.
It is not the kiss I was expecting, but memorable. When I was 12, we snuck into the Golden Green Ball. Now, what's that one? That's a Mormon
LDS
thing.
I don't know.
I've heard of it, but I don't know what it is.
No, I don't know.
LDS dance for older kids. We made out behind the church.
Someone says, my first kiss, I was so Mormon that it was after high school graduation, but just before my mission. Yeah, that tracks.
That's pretty late.
That's...
Let's see. I hate it when the text program breaks up the story.
Use the phone.
Yes.
877-602-9696. The lines are wide open.
Because I can tell this is a good story, but our text program has broke it up into the wrong order.
First kiss was in the back of the bus in 6th grade. It was a little bumpy.
877-602-9696. Boy, I would try to decipher that one, but there's just so much text going.
We have a horrible text.
It's you get what you pay for. Your last number ends in 84.
Call us back.
Call us back and tell this story because it's all chopped up here.
Yeah, call us on the phone, 877-602-9696. Now some calls are coming in, and we're getting toward the end of
toward the end of the feature. Yeah,
somebody says first kiss was on a ski lift during a blizzard. That's romantic.
Kind of.
There you go. All right, let's go to Diego. Hello, Diego.
Diego, what's your kiss?
Hey. So this was intentional. To premise it, but I remember it was clearly in kindergarten, and there was a girl that would pull me aside, or I would pull her aside, one of the two, because there was an area where we would, bring our lunch pails, and we had a little assigned spot. So that's where we would kiss, and I just remember the taste.
What did it taste like?
Awesome.
It was awesome.
It was awesome. Oh, good. That's good.
I just remember that's the memory. Now, it wasn't like, tongue in the mouth or anything like that, because we were kindergarten.
Yeah.
So it was just a little peck. But I just remember the impression was like, oh, that tastes good. And I don't know how long that lasted. It probably lasted, 2 or 3 days.
Yeah.
And then we kind of forgot about it.
Yeah. All right. Thanks.
Thanks,
Good
Diego.
story, Diego.
All right. Let's go to Amy. Hello, Amy.
Good morning.
Yes. What's your story?
So 7th grade on a band trip, I played the drums. He played the clarinet. We went to a mall, which was a big deal, and we went in one of those photo booths, and he kissed me, and we went. We both had braces.
Yeah.
And then my mom found the photo afterwards, and I got in trouble.
Oh, why'd you get in trouble?
Why would you get in
Perfectly
trouble?
Innocent.
I wasn't supposed to be kissing boys.
Yeah,
Well,
Yeah.
I think it was fine.
That sounds sweet, though. Thank you.
It was sweet. Thank you.
All right. Let's go to Kimber.
Hi, Kimber.
Hi.
When was your first kiss? Tell us about it.
So my first kiss was when I was 15. My high school boyfriend's best friend was a foreign exchange student from Australia.
Crikey.
And we were all hanging... What?
I said nothing. Go ahead.
Okay. So my boyfriend was almost about to miss curfew, so he asked me to take his best friend home because it was the opposite way. Well, me being 15 had to ask my mother. And so my mom's driving in the front. We're in the back just sitting there talking, and he's making me laugh. So I'm like, oh, my gosh, this is so funny. And I leaned in to kiss him on the cheek because that's what me and my friends did. I have no idea why. And he turned. It was the most wet and slobbery kiss I have ever had in my entire life.
Not a good kiss.
And then I had to tell my boyfriend, oh, I don't want to wait till I'm 16 anymore.
So
Oh.
you didn't tell him about it. You just said, let's get on with it.
Well.
Yeah, no, he still doesn't know, but he cheated on me and was out with other girls. So I don't feel bad.
No, you shouldn't.
No. Well, all right, Kimber. Thanks for the
Thanks,
story.
Kimber.
I don't know. There's a lot going on there. Travis. Hi, Travis.
Hello.
Yes, what's your story?
Go ahead.
Yeah, so my first kiss was with my girlfriend when we were 13, and we kissed behind the junior high school, and I was so nervous. I just stuck my tongue out into her mouth. A bad kiss. Horrible kiss.
Yeah.
I ended up breaking her heart, and we went our separate ways.
Oh.
But fast forward 20 years later, I got a second chance.
What?
We reconnected as single divorced parents, and we fell deeply in love, and we've been married for 2 years now.
Oh, I love that story.
Really?
And
Well,
did she say you got better at kissing?
Fortunately, she does say that I got better at
Okay,
kissing.
good.
All right.
That's a cute
That's
story.
a good story. That's
Travis.
a place to end on. I
Yeah.
think that's a good place
Good
to end
story.
the Expo on. Thank you very much. Well, there you go. Yeah, collective awe for that one.
Not a collective odd for northbound I-15. There's a crash 53rd South in Murray, and it's got folks quite backed up all the way into Sandy, it looks like. That's going to be an issue for a minute, I would think. We also have crash southbound I-15 Center Street in Clearfield. Crash northbound Bangor Highway 125th South. And whatever else you want to tell us about, you can keep kissing stories. We'll probably put those on our social media, though. Don't text them in. Katie will put them on social media. You can add them there. But if you have traffic you want to send us, that we love when you send it to us at 33986.
Aww. All right. Well, let's take a break, play a song. Right after that song, it'll be time to play Beat Gina. Daredevil trivia today.
Okay, just general,
all over
okay.
Daredevil trivia. So easy, you're going to beat Gina just fine today. 877-602-9696. What is the prize?
Tickets to Lagoon.
Lagoon passes. All you got to do is play Beat Gina. 877-602-9696. Call and play and win. We're going to have some messages and a song, and we'll play right after that. But, you know, the sooner you line up, the better your chances of playing and winning. RenaissanceRanch.com.
You know, Renaissance Ranch is an addiction recovery center, and one of the things that's great about Renaissance Ranch is that if you are addicted or someone in your family is addicted, it affects all the other family members. And Renaissance Ranch includes family programming, including education and support classes. And they get the highest success rates in the country at Renaissance Ranch. They're locally owned and operated addiction treatment center. The program is designed for male patients specifically, but again, they do have that family programming. They combine evidence-based clinical research, a judgment-free, faith-based healing approach, and they offer residential and outpatient services as well at Renaissance Ranch. You can schedule a free consultation going to RenaissanceRanch.com. That's RenaissanceRanch.com. And here's a great thing. They accept most private insurance and Medicaid.
Did you? In this building without air conditioning. I thought ahead.
How?
Yesterday, I realized I didn't drink my coffee, my Mill Creek coffee,
Yeah.
because it was hot.
It's hot, yeah.
So I brought from home.
Oh.
Iced coffee?
Well, I let it sit out and let it get room temperature, and then I just poured it over ice. But of course, the importance of coordination. I've got the Space Ghost glass that I brought from home, and my Space Ghost watch.
You really did think that through, didn't you?
Coordination.
Carrie, if you go,
I'm glad you have time to do stuff like that.
if you are a guest at Carrie's house and he offers you a beverage, it will most likely be served in a thematic glass like
Grimace.
this.
I got Grimace. I got Mayor McCheese.
Looney
Hamburger.
Tunes, you got Looney Tunes?
I got some Looney Tunes.
Yeah.
Mm.
Good stuff.
This is nice and cold. Thank you.
Man, I'm trying to get ahead of these medical problems here, and sometimes it feels like it's not going to happen, but it is, and but at great cost. So I went to another doctor yesterday, and just to lay out the problems I'm dealing with here.
Yeah.
I've had a lot of problems with my right foot and ankle, being very painful, getting swollen. I finally said, okay, I've got to do something about this. Let's go to the doctor.
Yep.
So I go to a specialist, and he discovers that I have a fracture
on the top of my foot that's probably been there for a long time, and that my ankle is no longer attached to my foot pretty much because all the cartilage has gone away because of arthritis. So
No
that
wonder it
explains.
hurts.
Yeah,
No
that explains it. He said, and I said, "What do you do about that?" And he said, "Well, we have to get the fracture on the top of your foot to heal, so you'll have to wear one of these boots. They're called Crow boots, and Crow is an acronym for something. I forget what it is, but it's essentially a removable cast, and they have to take plaster cast of your leg and custom fit it to you." And then the nice woman comes in and tells me that, because your insurance deductible is what it is, it'll cost you $1,600.
Because you haven't met your deductible yet,
Yeah.
so it's just the price of it.
$1,600. So would you like to pay that now, or do you want to pay part of it when you get on delivery, and then we can set up a payment plan? So I said, thank you. We'll just take care of it how we. So $1,600. But so I have another problem that I'm dealing with. Because of that bad foot, I tripped and fell on the 16th of
Right before
July.
Father's Day.
Yeah, January or June, and I tripped and fell and hurt my hip and all of that. So I finally went to see another doctor yesterday about that situation because it's not getting better.
That's separate from the foot.
Yeah, it's very painful. The foot is actually not so bad right now because I'm just not using it much. I'm going around on crutches and a walker and that sort of thing. And so, but the hip is just killing me. So he says, okay, we'll take some x-rays. Let's take some x-rays. And this is a sports medicine guy. And he said, I can't see anything wrong there with the x-rays. There could be something I'm not quite seeing. There could be a fracture in there that I can't see. Let's do an MRI.
Okay.
I have to do an MRI.
Those are fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
And affordable.
Well, that's what I found out.
Yes.
So, what is your insurance? Oh, okay. Well, that MRI will be $500.
Yeah.
Still haven't. Even after buying the boot, you still haven't met your deductible?
Yeah.
I guess not.
So
I
here's-
haven't paid for the boot yet. I don't know.
So here's my question. What if we were to just take the money that we would give to insurance, set it aside, starting when you're young? And
That's a health savings
Sure.
account.
Yeah.
That's a health savings
Well, that
account.
got taken away from me, too, is the thing.
Yeah,
Set
no,
aside
it's-
that money and don't even mess with insurance. Just set aside that money when you're young and just say, that's my insurance. That's for when I get sick and old. And be real good about not touching it. You might be better off.
I don't know. It's so frustrating though, and it's
Because you need these things.
and it's frustrating
This
for the
isn't a-
doctors too.
This isn't a
Yeah,
fun
a vanity
thing.
item.
This
No.
is not a. You're not getting a boob job.
No. Although I have considered it,
This, you need
and that would
this.
be a breast reduction for me.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, but I feel like I'm getting to the bottom of this now. Just the money aside, I think.
Well,
getting
and
to the
with
bottom of
so
it.
this is actually a big deal that tonight you're coming out to go to our Pulp Fiction event at Broadway.
Yeah.
That Bill has not, other than these doctor appointments, left the house.
No, I don't leave the house.
We haven't seen him for weeks.
Yeah,
it's been a month almost.
And it's terrible. I have to stay off my right foot as much as possible until I get that boot. And that boot it's a monster. I mean, it's got this huge tread on the bottom of it, anti-skid tread.
Oh, yeah, so you don't slip and fall again.
Yeah, and the guy said, if you use it a lot, that'll wear out, but I can put another tread on it. Don't worry about that.
It'll only cost you $500.
Slap another tread on it. But so when I get that boot, it'll relieve things quite a bit because I don't have to worry about, there are a lot of stairs in my house, and right now I have to go up and down stairs using crutches, which is
hard.
dangerous.
Yeah.
And it's dangerous, so I have to have somebody spot me every time I want to go up the stairs and then come down the stairs. Have to somebody kind of just go in front of me as I come down slowly. And it's just a pain,
Yeah.
So.
Boingo, boingo. All right. Is this a sponsored feature, Jim?
Lagoon is now open weekends. Visit Lagoon and enjoy the Flower Festival through April 27th, plus special funnel cake flavors all month long. Details and ticket links at x96.com. Tune in all week. We've got them to give away.
Thank you.
Well, I'm your Beat Gina announcer, Johnny O, with news of a new home-cooked dinner from Kraft.
Oh, yes?
A tempting new flavor combination, ready to cook and quick, too. It's a really new meal in a box from Kraft.
All right.
You cook up the specially prepared egg noodles and then add the freshly canned and seasoned tuna and sauce mix.
Oh.
You add only milk and butter. And 20 minutes later, call the family together for a delightful new dinner treat. Created in the Kraft kitchen. Kraft tuna noodle dinner. So delicious, so nourishing. You'll want to serve it often. Try it soon. Try it today. In each box, there are plenty of noodles and a 7-ounce can of specially made tuna and sauce, enough for 4 generous servings. Kraft, good food and good food ideas. And now, here's a man with enough sauce for everybody. Your host, Carrie Jackson.
Plenty of sauce to go around.
How long did that last, the tuna thing?
Well, it's like tuna helper, isn't it?
Well, no, because it was dry. This was a can.
A can of tuna with sauce in the can. Sauce in the tuna in the can.
So you'd do the noodles, and then you'd pour the stuff.
You
and
pour
then
some,
you'd add milk and butter.
you bake it for a little while, and there you go. 20 minutes, and call the family together for a delightful dinner.
Was this product available long?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay. Well, the randomizer has picked a contestant. Gina Jacob is who you're going to be playing against. Jacob, are you there?
Hello?
Hello.
Jacob, are you there?
Jacob.
Hello, this is Jacob.
Hi,
Yes,
Jacob.
Jacob, are you there?
Sounds like he can't hear you.
Jacob, can you hear us?
All right.
This is Jacob.
Hello, sorry, Jacob. If you can't hear us, I'm terribly sorry. We're going to have to move on.
Who else do we have?
Let's go to Lindy.
Hi.
Hi, Lindy.
Hi.
Lindy can hear us.
Lindy.
Because Jacob was driving and he, couldn't hear over
I think he had a problem with on his end.
Probably.
All right, Lindy, you're up.
Lindy, we're going to toss a coin to see who goes first. It will give you the advantage in the game if you call it correctly, heads or tails.
Tails.
All right, let's see what happens. It is tails.
Oh, you're one step closer to winning these Lagoon passes.
All right. Now, Lindy, because you won the coin toss, that means the first question is for you to answer on your own. No interference, multiple choice, pop culture trivia. If you get it correct, you get the point. If not, Gina's been paying attention. She'll answer it correctly and steal your point away. And then it'll be your chance to do that. We'll go back and forth till one of you gets 3 points. The TV show Daredevil premiered on this day in 2015. So what the hell? We just thought we'd do Daredevil trivia.
Sure.
All right. So first question for Gina. Gina?
No, Lindy.
No. Lindy. No, Lindy
Yeah.
won the coin toss. Sorry.
Yes, Lindy.
Lindy, you got to speak up when I screw up like that, okay? All right. Lindy, first question is for you. In all the various Daredevil comics, but not the TV series, Matt Murdock has always had what? So it's in the comics, not the TV show. He has always had what? Is it 1, a robot sidekick named Herbie? Is it 2, a seeing eye dog named Deuce? 3, red hair? Or 4, armor?
Let's go for the red hair.
Red hair is correct.
There you go, Lindy.
Always red hair in the comics, and Charlie Cox does not have. It's reddish, but not proper red hair.
1 point for Lindy. Now we go to Gina.
Gina?
Yes.
What is the name of the law firm? Because, Matt Murdock's a lawyer. What is the name of the law firm that Matthew and Foggy started together?
Okay.
Is it 1, Hungadunger, 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 and McCormick?
Mm-hmm.
Is it 2, I can't believe it's a law firm? Is it 3, Nelson and Murdoch? Or was it 4, Murdoch and Nelson?
Oh, this is a trick question.
No, it's not. There's a right answer.
It's a coin toss, essentially.
Nelson and Murdoch.
Nelson and Murdoch is correct because you know that he would be
All right.
defer to
Yes.
Foggy.
Yes. All right, there it's 1-1.
All right.
Now back to Lindy.
Lindy, Daredevil, every superhero has a slogan, right? Daredevil is known as the man without what? Is it 1, a girlfriend who lives? Is it 2? Is it 2, a care in the world? Is it 3, fear, or 4, hope?
Let's go 3.
Fear is correct. The man without fear.
2 points for Lindy, 1 for Gina. Now we go back to Gina to tie.
Gina?
Okay.
What is Daredevil's signature weapon?
Okay.
Is it 1, a billy club? Is it 2, card shook, or also known as Muay Thai ropes wrapped around his fist? 3, a pitchfork? Or 4, his sick burns?
Well, that too, that counts, but it's a billy club.
Billy club. He's not the quippy superhero.
Okay.
It's 2-2. Now, Lindy, if you get this one, you win.
All right, let's see. Lindy, in the TV series Daredevil Born Again, which is the current series right now, the series features the first live-action appearance of what Marvel Comics character? Is it 1, Armless Tiger Man? Is it 2, Turner D. Century? Is it 3, White Tiger? Or 4, The Gladiator?
Let's go White Tiger.
White Tiger is
Wow,
correct.
Lindy,
Wow.
you know your Daredevil. You win the
Indeed.
game. Congratulations, Lindy. Nicely done.
You get lagoon passes.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hang on the line. We'll tell you how to get those.
Listen, I've got to go. Mrs. Zola called, and she's enticed me home for some tuna.
Tuna.
That really
And-
did it?
And sauce.
And sauce. All right. Forget the butter. Don't forget the butter. Give me the butter. All right, big boy news now, brought to you by
2 epic shows, 1 mind-blowing experience, Laser AC/DC, Rock Legends brought to life in lasers, and Laser Taylor Swift Volume 2, bigger, brighter, better than ever, now playing only at the Hanson Dome Theater. Tickets are on sale and going fast. Get yours before they're gone at clarkplanetarium.org.
Well, Graham Nash has reflected upon his tumultuous relationship with Neil Young, Crosby, Stills, Nash.
And Young.
Well, 1969, it was just Crosby, Stills, and Nash. But at the urging of record executive Amit Erdogan, they recruited Neil Young to become the 4th member. During a recent appearance on the Rock on Tours podcast, Graham Nash recalled meeting Neil Young for the first time. I know Neil's a decent writer, and I know he's a decent singer, but I've never met him, he recalled thinking, and I don't know whether I can be his friend, whether I could tell him secrets, whether I could hang with him. I've got to meet this guy before we effing invite him into the band. So I had breakfast with Neil on Bleecker Street here in Manhattan, and at the end of the breakfast, I've made him king of the world. He was funny, he was self-effacing, he was smart. But as they worked together, Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young, he said, he just did a lot of things that pissed me off. He just, he's talented, but boy, I respect him. He's a wonderful musician, but he just does things occasionally that just piss me off. He pointed to Young's refusal to travel with his bandmates. He wouldn't travel with the other guys. He always wanted to travel by himself. Never traveled in the bus like me and Dave and Steven on the entire 1974 tour. He never joined. He just would go by himself. I mean, he'd meet us there, but he didn't want
That
to.
shouldn't bother you. Just
it's
wanted to get there another way.
Yeah, kind of. You'd think that we're buds. We're in this together. But no, not Neil. He has to travel alone. That's what really pissed him off, apparently. Let's see. When Anthony Randolph received news that he was HIV positive, his first thought was, on hearing the diagnosis, was, I'm going to die. He was in his 40s at the time, and his doctor asked him if he wanted to live. And when the answer was, well, yeah, the doctor said, well, take this medication every day. And I took that to heart. I take my medication every day because I want to live. And that was 20 years ago. Well, Randolph is one of the more than 1 million people in the United States living with HIV. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, about 13% of those people don't know they have the virus and need testing. I never thought that I would live this long, Mr. Randolph said. But he is so he takes his medication, and there are a lot of people who are doing it. But the federal workforce is downsizing, and HIV prevention is now
not a priority.
Yeah, not a priority. And
It's
getting
less
the
than a
medication,
priority.
getting the medication to people is not a priority
Nope.
anymore. According to the CDC, an estimated 31,800 people acquired HIV in the U.S. in 2022, with the virus affecting some groups more than others. While HIV infections decreased from 12% from 2018 to 2022, according to the CDC, the majority of new infections in 2022 were among gay, bisexual, and other men who report male-to-male sexual contact. But people are going to start dying that don't have to because of
preventable deaths.
Cuts in federal programs. With less than a week left before they have to turn in signatures, labor leaders are scrambling to collect enough signatures to put a referendum on the ballot to repeal a law cracking down on unions passed during the last Utah legislative session. April 15th is the final day that Utahns can sign petitions for the Protect Utah Workers referendum, and organizers are planning to submit their signature packets the following day to county clerks to be verified. This is the big push this last week, said Renee Pinkney, president of the Utah Education Association. We're in the home stretch. We need people to get out to the various events. We still need people to sign petitions right up until April 15th. I've signed.
Teachers, you care about police officers and firefighters.
Don't sign twice, though. Don't do that. I've signed, and don't sign it twice because then it invalidates your signature, and they'll probably catch it.
Yeah. They'll be scrutinizing these for sure.
Let's see. A suspect has been arrested after a dump truck accident caused a power outage in Draper. Police say the dump truck and its driver were found on the old Bingham Highway in West Jordan. He has since been arrested and faces several charges. According to police, the dump truck drove through the area with the bed raised. His dumper was in the air, as they said, which caught overhead power lines and pulled down several power poles. The driver then allegedly fled when he figured out what was going on. And then it says, police have not yet found the driver of the truck. They just said in the paragraph before, they found him and he arrested him. God, it just drives me crazy. There's no quality control on these things anymore.
It was a computer
Yeah,
wrote it.
it's AI.
Several people were seriously injured, one in critical condition after two vehicles crashed in Sandy last night. Officials confirmed that they'd received a call of a crash, and responders found three people seriously injured, one person in critical condition. Cause of the crash not known, but it was pretty bad, and these people were seriously injured. Elon Musk and Trump have fanned the flames of a baseless rumor about America's gold reserves at least a dozen times since mid-February.
Yep.
The conspiracy theory alleging without any evidence that someone might have stolen the gold reserves from Fort Knox.
Again, they're just saying things.
Has circulated for decades, but it seems to have first appeared on the Trump administration radar after a far-right financial blog, Zero Hedge, tagged Musk in a post about it. Since then, Musk and Trump have shared the idea and teased plans for a personal inspection of the fortress that holds the government's gold bars.
We're going to count them one at a time.
Don't I recall that during the first Trump administration, that what's his name, that slimy guy who was the Secretary of the Treasury, went to Fort Knox and had his picture taken with all this gold?
Oh, no, that was
money.
A big sheet
That
of
was
money.
A big sheet of money.
Oh, it was at the Mint.
He went to the Mint.
Oh, that's
and he
right.
was holding up a big sheet of money.
Yeah.
But no, this is just something to distract us from all the other bad things that they're doing.
Adam Schiff, Senator Adam Schiff of California, on Wednesday called on Congress to investigate whether Trump engaged in insider trading or market manipulation when he abruptly paused a sweeping set of tariffs.
Think about it.
I'd like to know who knew before it was announced.
A move that sent stock prices skyrocketing. I'm going to do my best to find out, said Schiff. Family meme coins and all the rest of it are not beyond insider trading or enriching themselves. I hope to find out soon.
Martha Stewart went to prison for much less.
Much less.
A New Jersey group said that its 2024 beach cleanup operations resulted in 276,899 pieces of trash being cleaned up, including a rubber foot,
A bloody severed foot?
a full can of ravioli, and a set of vampire teeth.
Was all from the same person?
I don't know. Clean Ocean Action released its 2024 Beach Sweeps report, offering insight into the numerous beach cleanup events last year. And they found, the usual, all kinds of crap, but vampire teeth, a rubber foot, and an unopened can of ravioli. Oh, a punching bag, a full container of Wawa brand sausage, a gallon of maple syrup, an Invisalign retainer, a message in a liquor bottle, a Victoria's Secret bra, a jar of marijuana, an inflatable hot tub, a bedpan, multiple uncooked hams.
Multiple?
Yes. a boat cabin door, and a bathroom sink. Everything but the... No, there was a bathroom. There was a bathroom sink. And also Uber has released its Lost and Found Index, an accounting of items left behind in rideshare cars, including a mannequin head with human hair, a live turtle, and a 5-gallon bucket of beans.
What do you care?
A bucket?
Yeah, a 5-gallon bucket of beans. 175 hamburger sliders, 108 eggs, and 24 cans of corn, and a bucket of feta cheese as well.
Man.
All left behind in Uber cars.
All right. Sports weather traffic.
Well, Barbie has unveiled a LeBron James doll, making the star athlete the first ever professional athlete to be interpreted into a Ken doll. It's made in partnership with the LeBron James Family Foundation and is depicted in off-court sporting casual lifestyle.
So it's LeKen James.
It's LeKen James. Mattel has donated to his foundation, which offers educational, housing, healthcare aid, as well as job training. It's a pretty cute Ken doll.
Has it got a big bushy beard?
Yep, he got a beard. Let's see. The Jazz, hey, they won last night. Look at that. 33-126. You're closing out strong, guys.
Yeah.
If you want your last opportunity to hear the Jazz announcer, he's the same Jazz announcer that's been there since 1979.
He's retiring.
Mm-hmm. Retiring. His last game will be tomorrow. At 7:30 against Oklahoma City Thunder. Also, super cheap tickets if you want to take the family, and they have super cheap concessions. Just an excuse to have a night out downtown. Let's see. Today, Utah Hockey Club play Nashville Predators at 7. Salt Lake Bees lost last night to the Reno Aces 6-2. They play again tonight at 6:30 at their brand new stadium. Weather, quite warm today, 80 for a high. If it gets to 81, 82, I think we break a record.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm. Could definitely do that tomorrow. It's April, by the way. This is way too warm for April.
Everything's fine.
We do cool off a little bit for the weekend. The next couple days going to be very, very warm. Let's see, that earlier accident northbound I-15 that was at 53rd South and Murray. It has eased up a bit. There is still slowing in that area, but not as bad as it was a little while ago. Let me check our message stream. See if anybody sent anything there. No, but you can certainly... somebody says teachers are collecting signatures for HB 267 at Valley Fair Mall this Saturday at 3 p.m. by Ross. So you can send us that kind of stuff too.
Yeah.
Buy the dress for less?
I guess. 33986. Haster Games for board games. Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, miniatures, dice paints, and more. Haster Games, 6831 South State, or HasterGames.com.
All right, we will take a break. We'll be back after these messages with the latest on Muhammad's lost luggage.
I know you were worried. No, my son.
Oh. Yes. Continuation of that story. What happened? Coming up. Stand by.
restrooms are men's restrooms are terrible places.
Oh, they are.
They are just.
I
terrible
wouldn't
places.
know.
So this is based on a recent experience, like 10 minutes ago. So I'm there in the restroom, standing at the urinal, and then and there is a little partition between. There are two urinals side by side, a little partition between them.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm standing there. I've got my hand. I'm bracing myself up against the wall, and I'm doing my business. And somebody comes in, and I don't see who it is, and stands. It goes to the urinal to the right of me, and the first thing that happens is I hear, "Shoo." And then as I'm standing there, and whoever it is standing there, and part way into his business, I hear, "Oh man,
really?
Oh,
Really?
yeah. Oh."
You know, you don't have to make those noises,
And I'm just standing there going, now, by this time, I am completely done, but I don't move.
No,
I'm going to wait for that person to be done and leave the restroom, which I did. As soon as I heard the hand washing was over and the door opened, I went and washed them.
I'm happy that he's enjoying the experience.
I guess.
So much.
I guess. I don't think I vocalize certainly not. Maybe I do. I don't know. I'll have to check next time. But I certainly wouldn't do it if somebody else was in there.
I don't know, because I purposely stay out of the bathroom if someone's already in there. If I open the door and I see somebody in there, I'll turn around and I'll leave.
That's what I do too.
Because I like to have my privacy. But you do vocalize every morning, and I keep thinking, should I ask if he's okay?
Oh, when I first come in?
When you get here,
I know.
There's a lot of sighing.
And I keep thinking to myself, should I ask if he's okay?
Yeah, you're right. I know I do that, and there is a reason. To be very honest, I am in considerable pain.
I'm sorry.
That's the reason.
Okay, then I won't ask.
I have my back is not treating me well, and that's pretty much what it is.
I'm sorry to hear that.
But I mean, I'm like when I'm sitting here,
you're fine. Just
pretty much. It's just. But when if I've been moving and walking into the room and carrying my bag, and it's like,
do we need to get you a porter?
A porter.
Well, listen, that'd be nice.
Porter.
That'd be nice.
Where do we get a porter?
You know, I'm tempted to start. When I go to the grocery store, I always, even if I can get one item, I get a cart because I can lean on the cart and use it. I'm tempted to start using those little.
The electric scooters?
Yeah, the little one you drive around the store.
That'd be fun.
And I could.
That's what they're there for.
I mean, you've got a pass, right?
Yeah, I mean, I have a handicapped pass for my car.
There we go.
But you don't need that for I don't think they
Just
even
take it.
Here. I don't know. I feel weird doing it though.
That's what they're for.
I need to get a little exercise.
I think that if you're going to do it, but commit to it.
Yeah.
And when you go past somebody, go, wee!
Or if there isn't one there, complain to the management.
Complain to the management. There you go. Don't call this day drinking. This is my fun. This is special.
986.
All right, 8:49.
So when we last left off the saga of Muhammad's luggage.
Yes.
My son, not the prophet.
Right.
So went to Italy last week. He was on a school trip with his Latin class. Joe and I lurking in the background but not wanting to be chaperones, because that's a terrible job.
Yeah, who would want that?
Got home and waited and waited and waited at the baggage carousel for Muhammad's luggage to arrive. As a piece of luggage was rounding the carousel that looked exactly like his bag but was not his bag, and he rightly speculated, I think somebody grabbed the wrong bag.
Mm-hmm.
This was confirmed when he looked at his phone, because we had an AirTag in the bag, and we watched it drive up Parley's Canyon and head toward Evanston.
Evanston.
And he was super, super bummed.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that's
my stuff.
That's his stuff.
Souvenirs.
And yeah, he had souvenirs in there and clothes.
Dirty underwear.
Yeah. But, you know, he doesn't have a lot of clothes, so most of them were in that suitcase. So we weren't sure what was going to happen. Now, this is not Delta's fault, because this is just somebody picking up. You know, it's not like they lost his luggage.
Why don't you buy your son clothes?
I've tried. Oh, this is a whole other thing.
Yeah.
I've begged him. He won't let me buy him clothes.
Mm-hmm.
And so I say, here's some money. Buy
some
yourself some.
clothes.
Like, I give him
Then
money.
he goes and spends it on cigarettes.
Yeah. Kids are weird. Like both my younger kid, well, all three of them actually, with clothes specifically, they don't care much about it. They're like, I have clothes. I'm like, but
okay. Anyway,
well,
the luggage.
This is part of it.
Okay.
So not Delta's fault. So it's not, you know. Who knows if we're going to get this back? I told Muhammad, you know, probably this guy will get home and realize it's not his luggage, and he will want his luggage and bring it back.
But you know where it is, because the AirTag is in it.
Yeah, but it's in Wyoming, and we actually had a very nice friend of the program call when I first told the story, and Katie got their information, and they said they work in Evanston, and they offered to find the bag and bring it back. That was very nice. Thank you, whoever did that. The day after, Delta Airlines delivered the bag to our front door. So the guy brought it back.
Oh, he did?
He drove all the way from Evanston?
All the way.
Wow.
And I just want to have a very grateful shout out to Delta. If you go to x96.com/live, there's the bag right there.
Mm-hmm. Looks like any other bag.
Put a sticker or something on it, you know?
But I was really pleasantly surprised that, because Delta could have just called us and said, "Oh, they brought your bag back. It's here." They delivered it to the front door of the house.
They always. I've had that happen before.
But when they lose your luggage, when it's their fault, why would they do it if it's not?
Because they're nice.
Yeah, I mean that's why I want to.
So we didn't find anything.
So it was locked. So it has a lock on it,
Okay.
and they hadn't opened it.
Oh,
so
maybe the guy couldn't get it open and went,
then,
"Oh, this isn't
not
mine.
my luggage."
Yeah.
So Muhammad is thrilled. I can give you guys your souvenirs. So he opens it up.
Well, that's what we've been waiting for.
He opens it up, and remember when we had the folks from the Arts Festival on the other day?
Yeah.
And I said, I don't have anything hanging in my house that's just, we bought this picture at Target and hung it up.
Yeah.
Everything has meaning, and there's a story behind it.
Unlike my house, where I have a big sign that says "No smoking."
That's just to remind him.
Yeah.
And so Muhammad said, I was out in front of the Duomo in Florence, and there were artists painting all along in front of, and I sent this in. I hope they put it up in the other room. There were artists painting the Duomo right in front of it, and I bought this for you, Mom.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a
That's
lovely
nice.
painting, which I... So at first he said there were just these really cool old guys painting, and he said I asked one of them if I could take their picture, and they looked at me like, well, yeah, but are you going to buy something?
Yeah, take my picture, but you better buy something. Hey, what's the matter, you?
Which he said, no, I'm going to buy this for my mom. So I love that he thought of that there, and it's already at Michael's being framed to be in my house, and a story of that it survived Muhammad's lost luggage. And he brought Joe back because they do a lot of leather in Florence. And
leather, like what?
Got him like a leather toiletry bag.
Oh,
And I said, well, what'd you get yourself? He said, I didn't get myself any. You didn't buy yourself anything.
Why didn't you get some clothes?
You bought
a nice Italian suit.
You bought
shoes.
Your mom something and your dad something, but you didn't buy. So how cute is that he was super worried about, I got to get my bag back because I got this for mom and this for dad, but not because he bought some wonderful thing in there. That
Once again, your family is perfect. Once again, we have demonstrated that your family doesn't do anything wrong and is tasteful.
and
is tasteful.
tasteful. So I know you were worried. The bag is back.
The AirTag is still there?
AirTag is still there.
Okay.
And so that, I
see, this is what we're learning. Personalize your luggage.
Yep. Put if he had put just a sticker on the front of that or something.
Yeah.
I would even say not even just a luggage tag because you might not look at, but like some colorful, something.
We've got so many Radio from Hell stickers that people aren't putting on cars. Maybe
put them on your luggage.
Plaster your and it should be something big and
something you can
colorful.
spot.
Yeah. Because those bags are, they're a million of them.
Mm-hmm.
Those away bags are great, by the way. They're all nice.
Is that a brand?
Yeah, they're hard-sided.
Yeah, Sue's got one of those.
See, and I never have any problems because I have just a duffel bag. You know, it's like a big sack. And it doesn't have a lock or anything. It just ties.
You just
tie the rope. You know, so I throw that comes down the old luggage chute.
Nobody wants
to touch it.
Have you ever seen, though, when you're standing there for your luggage and people that have, like, the old-fashioned luggage, like with no wheels? Just like a old,
Samsonite.
Yes, Samsonite suitcase.
Yeah.
The kind that the gorilla would throw in the commercial.
Yeah, what about it? What's wrong? Something wrong with that?
I'm surprised anybody still has. The wheels are so handy.
You know where we get our luggage? DI. You find really good luggage that's been, I don't know why people give it up. Maybe it's
because they buy new luggage and
yeah. But I mean it's barely used.
Yeah.
You know, we've gotten a lot of really good.
See, but that's dangerous though, because if somebody left it at the DI, then they might travel again and see that and think that's their bag because it used to be their bag.
They might. But
it hasn't happened.
No, it hasn't happened.
Bright ribbon around the handle.
Yeah, that's good.
Stickers on the bag itself.
Mm-hmm.
Very personalized luggage tags, like some of these that we're seeing here in the chat room.
Oh, are they
that are not just regular luggage tags?
Oh,
they're
like
very
super
personalized.
colorful.
Yeah.
What about a stink bomb? Put a stink bomb in there.
Oh yeah. I don't think you'll get on the plane.
Stink bomb?
I think they'll X-ray that.
I am a huge fan though of never checking luggage.
When you can, that's great, but you can't always.
Yes, you can. I will never take a bag bigger than what I can carry on.
You know what I do is I wear all of my clothing.
Because
so I don't take any luggage.
Okay.
I just put all of like I've got 5 shirts
Oh,
on.
great! Here comes the fat guy. Sit by me.
Several pairs of pants.
Do not check your luggage. If you have your bag with you, guess what never happens?
Yeah, but what if you're going for a very long time?
Yeah, sometimes
you wash clothes when you get there. You've never done laundry on vacation?
Yes, I have because we usually go to Airbnbs.
Yes.
Oh, traffic. You'd like some of that, would you?
Oh, Jimmy John's actually found the luggage that we all need now.
Oh, okay.
It's very personalized. It's the Canadian flag.
Yeah, there you go.
And that's what we're going to be needing that in the future.
All lanes are stopped. 13th South exit ramp from southbound 515 to move vehicles in an accident. They're blocking the center lane out of traffic there. That's quite a bit of slowage happening in that area right now. That's the biggest issue I'm seeing, and you haven't texted anything in, but as always, you can send us something. 33986. Love live music. Tired of paying too much for tickets and beers? Experience great live music and adult beverages without paying stupid prices at Utah's coolest venues. Don't miss Tom Petty Tribute Band, Petty Theft, April 18th at the State Room. Get tickets at thestateroompresents.com.
All right, we will take a break. We will play a song. After that song, it's the Boner Recap game. Easy to play, easy to win. Just tell us who won the Boner this morning.
Simple.
You could do that.
Yeah.
If you were listening. If you weren't listening,
you could guess. I would recommend cheating, though. Go to x96.com, look for the box that says Boner Voting April 10, 2025. Click on there, and it'll say winner right next to the winner. And if you say that winner, what is the prize they'll win?
Tickets to see Sam Fender coming to the Union on April 23rd.
Sam Fender tickets at 877-602-9696. A little bit of cheating, a little bit of waiting on the phone. You'll be going to see that show for free. KXRK Provo. We'll get to it right after these. Stand by.
The X96.
In this building without air conditioning. I thought ahead.
How?
Yesterday, I realized I didn't drink my coffee, my Mill Creek coffee.
Yeah.
Because it was hot.
It's hot, yeah.
So I brought from home.
Oh.
Iced coffee?
Well, I let it sit out and let it get room temperature, and then I just poured it over ice. But of course, the importance of coordination. I've got the Space Ghost glass that I brought from home, and my Space Ghost watch.
You really did think that through, didn't you?
Coordination.
Carrie, if you go
I'm glad you have time to do stuff like that.
If you are a guest at Carrie's house and he offers you a beverage, it will most likely be served in a thematic glass like
Grimace.
this.
I got Grimace. I got Mayor McCheese.
Looney
Hamburger.
Tunes? You got Looney Tunes?
I got some Looney Tunes.
Yeah. Good stuff.
This is nice and cold. Thank you.
Man, I'm trying to get ahead of these medical problems here, and sometimes it feels like it's not going to happen, but it is, and but at great cost. So I went to another doctor yesterday, just to lay out the problems I'm dealing with here.
Yeah.
I've had a lot of problems with my right foot and ankle, being very painful, getting swollen. I finally said, okay, I've got to do something about this. Let's go to the doctor.
Yep.
So I go to a specialist, and he discovers that I have a fracture on the top of my foot that's probably been there for a long time, and that my ankle is no longer attached to my foot pretty much because all the cartilage has gone away because of arthritis. So
No
that
wonder it
explains.
hurts.
Yeah, that explains it. He said, and I said, what do you do about that? And he said, well, we have to get the fracture on the top of your foot to heal. So we'll have to wear one of these boots. They're called Crow boots. And Crow is an acronym for something. I forget what it is. But it's essentially a removable cast. And they have to take plaster cast of your leg and custom fit it to you. And then the nice woman comes in and tells me that, because your insurance deductible is what it is, it'll cost you $1,600.
Because you haven't met your deductible yet, so it's just the price of it.
$1,600. So would you like to pay that now, or do you want to pay part of it when you get on delivery, and then we can set up a payment plan? So I said, thank you. We'll just take care of it how we. So $1,600. But so I have another problem that I'm dealing with. Because of that bad foot, I tripped and fell on the 16th of
Right before
July.
Father's Day.
Yeah, January or June. And I tripped and fell and hurt my hip and all of that. So I finally went to see another doctor yesterday about that situation because it's not getting better.
That's separate from the foot.
Yeah, it's very painful. The foot is actually not so bad right now because I'm just not using it much. I'm going around on crutches and a walker and that sort of thing. And so, but the hip is just killing me. So he says, okay, we'll take some x-rays. Let's take some x-rays. And this is a sports medicine guy. And he said, I can't see anything wrong there because with the x-rays. There could be something I'm not quite seeing. There could be a fracture in there that I can't see. Let's do an MRI. You have to do an MRI.
Those are fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
And affordable.
Well, that's what I found out.
Yes.
So what kind of, what is your insurance? Oh, okay. Well, that MRI will be $500.
Yeah.
still haven't. Even after buying the boot, you still haven't met your deductible?
I guess not.
So
I haven't paid for the boot yet. I don't know.
So here's my question. What if we were to just take the money that we would give to insurance, set it aside, starting when you're young?
Mm-hmm.
And
That's
just,
a health savings
Sure.
account.
Yeah.
That's a health savings
Well, that
account.
got taken away from me, too, is the thing.
Yeah,
Set
no,
aside
it's-
that money and don't even mess with insurance. Just set aside that money when you're young and just say, that's my insurance. That's for when I get sick and old.
Mm-hmm.
And be real good about not touching it. You might be better off.
I don't know. It's so frustrating though, and it's
Because
and-
you
and
need these things.
and it's frustrating
This
for the
isn't a-
doctors too.
This isn't a
Yeah,
fun
a vanity
thing.
item.
This
No.
is not a. You're not
this
getting a boob job.
No.
Although I have considered it,
This, you need
and that would
this.
be a breast reduction for me.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, but I feel like I'm getting to the bottom of this now. That just the money aside, I think.
Well,
getting
and
to the
with
bottom of
so this is actually a big deal that tonight you're coming out to go to our Pulp Fiction event at Broadway.
Yeah.
That Bill has not, other than these doctor appointments, left the house.
No, I don't leave the house.
We
I
haven't
don't-
seen him for weeks.
Yeah,
it's been a month almost.
And it's terrible. You know, I have to stay off my right foot as much as possible until I get that boot. And that boot it's a monster.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's got this huge tread on the bottom of it. You know, anti-skid tread.
Well, yeah, so you don't slip and fall again.
Yeah, and the guy said, you know, if you use it a lot, that'll wear out, but I can put another tread on it. Don't worry about that.
It'll only cost you $500.
Yeah, slap another tread on it. But it's so when I get that boot, it'll relieve things quite a bit because I don't have to worry about, you know, like there are a lot of stairs in my house, and right now I have to go up and down stairs using crutches, which is
hard.
dangerous.
Yeah.
And it's dangerous, and so I have to have somebody spot me every time I want to go up the stairs and then come down the stairs. Have to somebody kind of just go in front of me as I come down slowly. And it's just a pain, you know?
Yeah.
So
The thing that must go that I left out is me forgetting my breakfast.
Do you want a Nutter Butter?
I
That's
have
my breakfast.
Uncrustables in my backpack.
Well, see, here's the thing. I usually remember every morning, but I got distracted. Something happened this morning, and I got distracted. I usually grab, because Sue makes my little. This week it's a bowl of like rice and a fried egg and and some soy sauce type stuff on there.
Yeah.
And, it's called Maggie. Delicious.
Ooh.
You know the Maggie, right?
No, but that
wonderful.
sounds great.
Over white rice and
Okay.
butter. Oh, it's perfect.
And you heat it up in the microwave?
Heat it up in the microwave, and then I have it every morning before we start the show at 6. And I forgot to bring it this morning.
No.
And
Do you have grumbly tummy?
I was doing fine until right now.
Yeah.
And I'm starting to feel it.
Well, I've been bringing this Uncrustable to temperature in my backpack, if you would like it.
In your back pocket?
Backpack.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I got concerned.
It would happen faster in your back
It would.
pocket.
in your
True.
back pocket.
True.
Well, see, now here's my question: is do I dare
Huh.
step out here and get one of those gas station sandwiches?
Take the Uncrustable. I insist.
No,
Yeah, I got 2 of them.
I can't eat your Uncrustable.
Is that a personal taste or out of pride?
No, it's you need your Uncrustable.
You're a growing boy.
I had my muffin.
You have a muffin and an Uncrustable?
And an Uncrustable.
Look, it's a long day for me. I got to get something in the tank, and I
Carbs, yeah.
refuse to pay a single dime to
Oh,
that
really?
concession stand out there.
You won't? Oh.
No, I won't even sign up for an account. I'm too prideful.
Do you have to have an account?
No.
think so. No?
you
Or
don't.
can I just buy?
I buy stuff just with my card. Boop.
So there's a ham sandwich out there.
Carrie, you don't know how long that ham sandwich has been there?
Well, I saw the expiration date, and it's not for a bit. I think it says it's got like 5 days for the expiration date.
I'd trust my Nutter Butters over a ham sandwich.
I have an extra Uncrustable in my backpack. I have 2 Uncrustables in there. You can take one.
Honey,
of them.
you need it.
All right. Sounds like you need it, but
No, you need it because you got up early
yeah.
with barely any notice, and
It doesn't have the crust, Carrie.
that's why they're called Uncrustables.
I thought that was
yes.
the
Oh.
Isn't that the healthy part? Isn't the crust? Isn't that what you used to tell yourself, that the crust was the healthy part?
Somebody says I should DoorDash to the studio.
Don't do that.
Oh, wait, there's that place down the street here.
Eggsburg. I have still never DoorDashed.
Really?
No.
Ever? Wait, just with DoorDash or like food
Uber-
delivery in general?
I mean, okay, here's my thing.
Yeah.
I like a guy that has a boss.
Sure.
Like a pizza delivery driver from a guy that works at the pizza place.
Yeah.
And he has a boss.
Because that does
Because
what?
bosses give you a level of bossiness.
A level of bossiness.
It's not just some guy in his car.
Yeah.
See, I'm getting so many messages now that I should just DoorDash something, and I'm like, wow, I don't know.
You don't know who it is.
What?
They're touching your food.
So it's
in
just
their
the
dirty,
boss
in their dirty
that
car.
insists that
It's
there's
the
some
same
level
reason
of,
I don't Uber or Lyft.
I
will get
You
a
don't
taxi.
at all?
Nope. I'll get a taxi because the taxi guy has a boss.
He has a boss.
But
he has somebody he reports to.
I know about your
I'm
food
not-
thing. This actually blows my mind. You've never Ubered.
I mean,
or
I
Lyfted.
have been in an Uber with somebody else that has called an Uber.
Yeah.
I do not.
Listen, the Lyft situation when you're traveling is a wonderful thing.
Yeah. They have a rating system, Gina.
It's just
Your
some
pizza
guy.
guy with the boss doesn't have a rating
doesn't.
system.
It's just some guy.
You can't see the amount of stars he's collecting.
It's just some guy.
The stars is what keeps them on the righteous path, Gina Barberi.
I'm not saying it makes sense.
No, it doesn't.
We need stars.
Maybe I should see, because there's that breakfast sandwich place that I like, that Grumpy Dough. Maybe they do.
Aren't they a truck?
They're a truck, but I think they
I don't
do.
know if you
I think they
DoorDash
do
a truck.
delivery. I'm not sure.
And Taylorsville has been blaming the firewoman for years.
Oh, yes.
In Tellersville?
In Taylorsville.
Because on this day,
Hmm.
in 1989, the Cult released their fourth studio album, Sonic Temple.
It's the bangers back to back.
Yes, featuring Sweet Soul Sisters, Sun King, Edie, Chow Baby, and that song, Firewoman.
All right.
And it is time for the Boner Recap game.
Do we have someone there?
Yes, we do.
Who is it?
Is it Corinne? Corinne?
Yes.
Corinne?
Corinne.
Hi,
Corinne, like the city.
Like the city.
Yeah.
All the same.
Yeah. Corinne, good morning. How are you today?
Doing well. Thank you.
That's good to hear. Are you at work, or are you going to work, or just hanging out?
Just dropping my daughter off at school.
Oh, good for you. All right, now, Corinne, I'm gonna read you these three boner candidates. You tell me the winner, and you will be a winner. And what is the prize?
Tickets to see Sam Fender coming to the Union on April 23rd.
All right. Did you hear the boner candidates earlier?
No, but I cheated.
Oh, way to
That's
go.
okay. We encourage it.
All right, here are the three candidates. Number one, hey, this roast duck tastes funny. A Chinese restaurant has been forced to close its doors after it was raided by local cops who made a gross discovery. What they were passing off as roast duck was actually pigeons that they go out and get on the street and kill them and pluck them and cook them up and tell people it was roast duck. Boner candidate number two, well, this is what you get when you pair cruelty and stupidity. Fox and Friends' Ainsley Earhart, when discussing an 80-year-old retiree who was losing all of his money because of the tariffs and the stock market crashing, she said, well, he probably has other money coming in, right? I mean, he isn't just relying on that, is he? Yes, he is. It's like, let them eat cake.
Yep.
Same sort of thing. And then boner candidate number three, that Clemente banner isn't making us any money. The Pittsburgh Pirates, they have reverse course on the removal of a Roberto Clemente memorial after the family of the late Major League Baseball player slammed the team in an open letter over the weekend. They took it down. It had been there for years. This banner was very prominently placed to honor Roberto Clemente and what a great player he was and a great humanitarian. And they took it down and put up an ad for some kind of alcohol. Really, really disrespectful. So those were the three candidates, Corinne. Who was the winner?
Number two.
It was.
Yes.
The combination of stupidity and cruelty wins Boner of the Day. And you who are neither of those things, you, Corinne, win some passes to Lagoon.
No.
Oh, no.
Sam Fender
tickets.
Sam Fender, that's right. So hang on.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
You're
very
welcome.
welcome.
Hang on there, and we'll get those to you. Katie will tell you how to get those.
I forgot a quick thing about Italy. Just very quick.
Yes.
Their daylight saving day is different than ours.
Really?
I had to spring ahead again.
Again?
We got to the hotel. There was a note in the lobby that said, "For our out of town travelers, just so you know, it's daylight saving today. So tomorrow morning you'll spring ahead." Twice I had to go through daylight.
So the tyranny of daylight saving.
Yeah, it's not.
It's not.
universal.
It's
double
not just
down.
America.
No.
It's
other
everywhere.
places. Yeah.
I didn't know they. Or if I did think they did it, I would have assumed we all did it the same time.
The same time. You'd think that everybody would have agreed. The
Yeah.
whole Greenwich Mean thing.
Yeah.
I was under the impression that they didn't have clocks in Italy.
Yeah, they. Well, they're all sundials.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Come on, you guys saw Pinocchio.
Oh, yeah.
Geppetto makes these things. Come on.
That's right. He's a clockmaker. I forgot.
Dummies.
I forgot.
Is that your very, very favorite? No, that's not your favorite.
It's not my favorite.
I think it's one of it's that may be my favorite.
I mean, Jiminy Cricket is one of my favorite characters.
But that's not your favorite.
But I haven't
Disney.
watched it since I was a kid because it makes me cry.
Yeah.
And it's scary when they go to the island of Lost Boys.
Yeah.
Oh.
And Lampwick turns into a donkey.
Very
Scared the hell out of me when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Well, that was just my quick thing. 2 daylight saving.
All right. We'll take a break. We will be back after these messages with some big boy news. Stand by.
Katie saved the day for me.
How did she do that?
Or for my
she
family.
often saves the
Well,
day.
Yes.
So I went home on Tuesday, and then we had that horrible snowstorm, and my power was out.
Mm-hmm.
And the power was out for quite a while. I don't think it came back on until about 4 in the afternoon. But we were getting kind of hungry, and fortunately we have a gas stove, but you can't. Usually there's an electronic igniter, but if that doesn't work, you have to light it with matches. And we're looking around for matches, and we found a little book of matches from Katie's wedding.
Yes.
Little box of matches.
From a couple of years ago.
Yeah. Oh, there they are at x96.com/live. What do they say on them? Give love a chance.
Love finds a way.
Oh, love finds a way. That's
It's like
life.
Life finds a way
Love.
from Jurassic Park.
Is there a dinosaur
Yeah.
in there? Yeah. So we found that we had those. We were able to light the stove, and my wife was able to make hot corned beef sandwiches. Pastrami, I guess it was.
You don't have like a lighter, like a lighter?
Probably somewhere, but isn't it a much nicer story that we used Katie's matches? Yes, Gina, we could.
Could you describe that lighter again?
I have
the chicka.
Yeah, a little. Yeah, yes, I do have one of those, and I have a big box of diamond matches as well.
Ooh.
But Katie's matches saved the day, which was the point of the story.
Of course they did.
Yeah.
Of course.
Chicka.
It is satisfying to light a match. It's a different kind of satisfying than chicka.
I always like to have a match instead of a cigarette lighter when I was a cigarette smoker, because I could light a cigarette in a windstorm with a match, which you can't do with a lighter a lot of times. Yeah, there's a technique where you strike the match and then you cup it in your hands to hide it from the wind.
Can't do that with a lighter. You'd burn your hand.
Yeah.
One
of those.
Chicka.
Yeah. Yes, I have one of
For
those.
some people, matches are a little too satisfying, though.
Yeah.
Oh.
That could be a problem.
Yeah. And we kept that little box of matches from Katie's wedding
For just such an
in the
occasion?
drawer next to the
Yes,
stove.
yeah,
actually.
like you do.
Yeah, because it's small, compact. Can't put a big old lighter in there. Just had them there, and we had delicious sandwiches.
Nice.
And Katie saved the day. Excuse me.
Yes?
It was not the Island of Lost Boys in Pinocchio. It was Pleasure Island. The Island of Lost Boys is Peter Pan.
Peter Pan.
I made a mistake.
Get your boy islands right.
So thanks for fixing that for me, some guy.
All right. Big boy news now, brought to you by
Lagoon is now open weekends. Visit Lagoon and enjoy the Flower Festival through April 27th, plus special funnel cake flavors all month long. Get details and ticket links at x96.com.
A drunk man wearing a pink wig, fake breasts, and a pink thong was arrested for causing a disturbance outside of an Applebee's in Florida.
Of course it was Florida. Yeah, you didn't even have to finish that sentence.
Cops say that Daniel Ciriello was so intoxicated he was unable to provide for his own safety and well-being, as well as stumbling around the Applebee's parking lot in Clearwater, Florida. He was clearly not there to eat good in the neighborhood.
Oh.
No. He was... He lives near the Applebee's. He previously resided in North Carolina, where his 22-year marriage ended in divorce.
Of course.
Because he liked to wear fake breasts and a pink thong. And
I mean, that's fine. Just
Sure.
don't cause a disturbance.
Just don't. People are there at the Applebee's trying to eat good in the neighborhood. Well, Billy Corrigan rubbed a lot of people the wrong way when the Smashing Pumpkins headlined Lollapalooza in 1994. That's at least according to several musicians and crew members in a new book called Lollapalooza, the Uncensored Story of Alternative Rock's Wildest Festival. The Pumpkins headlined the traveling festival that summer. Again, this was back in 1994.
Wow.
Leading a lineup that also included Beastie Boys, The Breeders, Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds, L7, Green Day, and others on the main stage with Flaming Lips, Guided by Voices, The Verve, and other acts. As the book notes, Nirvana was being eyed to headline the 1994 edition of Lollapalooza, but the band apparently dropped out shortly before because Kurt Cobain died that spring. So that moved the Smashing Pumpkins up to the headlining slot. Lollapalooza was supposed to be Nirvana, Smashing Pumpkins, Beastie Boys, and then so forth. But now Billy Corrigan, he people did not like him much. As a matter of fact, Wayne Coyne of Flaming Lips says he was a raging a-hole the whole time.
Yeah.
That tracks.
Yeah.
The whole time. He was such a raging a-hole, especially back then, that you just didn't want to stick around and watch them play. We liked a few of their songs, but we would just despise him after a while. So we would leave right after the Beastie Boys played to avoid traffic, because the audience was also starting to clear out. Wayne Coyne went on to say that he's still not on friendly terms with Corrigan all these years. I've been avoiding him to this day. We've played shows in the past couple of years where he's hanging around, and you can tell he wants to come into our dressing room, and we're saying, nope, tell him we're not here.
We're not home.
We're not home. Let's see what else we have here. King Charles has been given 2 years to live.
Who's giving him 2 years to live?
His doctors. Less than 2 months after the Buckingham Palace confirmed that King Charles III was diagnosed with cancer, sources exclusively revealed to In Touch magazine that the king is battling pancreatic cancer and has been given 2 years to live.
Well, they better get William training.
Well, the royal family that's his whole life he's been training. While the royal family has kept tight-lipped about the specifics of Charles' illness, including the type of cancer he has, a source exclusively confirms to In Touch that the king's diagnosis is known to be an open secret among royal staffers. Many courtiers to the throne believe Charles' cancer is worse than they're making it out to be. Even before the diagnosis, there were concerns about his health. There's a picture of him here. He looks pretty bad.
Royal Watcher.
Yeah.
He dies. Who's in charge?
William.
Oh, William.
William.
Prince William.
Prince William.
That's
Do we like Prince William?
sure. Yeah.
He's okay.
Okay.
Seems okay anyway. I mean, as those kind of blue bloods
That's
go.
what I mean. It's a-
you
It
know.
could be worse. How about that?
Oh, okay. All right.
Let's see what else we have here. Despite a history of work with committed performers like Jared Leto, Christian Bale, and Austin Butler, notoriously demanding director Darren Aronofsky apparently doesn't look kindly upon those actors who choose to go full method. I hate method actors, he said on stage at a master class in Paris this weekend. The filmmaker told attendees that the decision to never break character throughout a filming process is, quote, just something to hide behind, as opposed to doing work and being professional.
It'd be kind of annoying, I think.
It would be. I have worked with actors who do that, and it is annoying.
Like, okay, but can I just talk to you right now? No.
Yeah, it's
I am.
It's and the deal is, and this is kind of what Aronofsky says. You can prepare to get in character. I mean, I used to take an hour or something before a show, and I mean, just really start focusing on being that other person. But you don't have to do it 24 hours a day. It's just ridiculous. It's part of the job to do. It's like, Laurence Olivier. I think I've told the story before, and you probably heard it, but. He was in Marathon Man with Dustin Hoffman, and Dustin Hoffman was supposed to be a marathon runner, and he was so he started running a lot and depriving himself of sleep and food, so he gets skinny, and Olivier said, "What? Why are you doing this to yourself, my dear boy? You should just try acting."
How do I act so well?
Yeah, there you go.
What I do is I pretend to be the person I'm portraying in the film or play.
Yeah.
You're confused.
No,
it's perfectly simple. Case in point, Lord of the Rings. Little Peter Jackson comes from New Zealand, says to me, Sir Ian, I want you to be Gandalf the wizard. And I say to him, you are aware that I am not really a wizard. And he said, yes, I am aware of that. What I want you to do is to use your acting skills to portray the wizard for the duration of the film. So I said, okay. And then I said to myself, how would I do that? And this is what I did. I imagined what it would be like to be a wizard. And then I pretended and acted in that way on the day.
Yeah.
And how did I know what to say? The words were written down for me in a script. How did I know where to stand? People told me.
There you go.
If we were to draw a graph of my process, of my method, something like this. Sir Ian, action. Wizard, you shall not pass! Cut! Sir Ian.
Okay.
You see?
Yeah.
So now you would be pretending to be John in this play. And how would you know what to say? Well, the words would be in the script.
Yeah.
And you would learn the words. You would not have the script on the night.
No.
And that goes for everybody. There will be no scripts on the night. You learn the words.
Yeah. No,
I
I
speak them as if you were saying them for the first time.
I didn't think we would have the script.
No, but you won't.
No.
Because if you did have the script, it would break the illusion, and the whole thing is illusion. Do you see? You are not really John.
No, I know.
You are pretending, and that is acting.
Here's how good of an actor Sir Ian McKellen is. He made that believable.
Yeah.
Like,
you know how he made it believable? Because it's real.
Yeah. He made that.
I think if you were to ask him, he'd say, "Yeah, that's the way you do it."
It pretty much is. It's the words are written down for you. There will be no scripts on the day. You have to memorize.
But believable that he felt like he had to explain that to somebody. Like, I believe that he genuinely thought he was being helpful there.
You know what I think is great about that bit is that I assume Ricky Gervais wrote it.
Probably.
Or what's his name? Stephen Merchant.
Yeah.
And it's just so perfectly written.
Yeah.
It is. It's perfectly written. And Ian McKellen, this is how good of an actor he is. He can say those words and make it seem like he really is.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah, I mean, he really.
That's how good he is.
He's
sincere.
He didn't memorize that. That's what he thinks.
Because he learned the words.
Yeah. And then on the day.
And then on the day, he said them.
And I think he was seated throughout the entire thing. They told me to sit down, and so I sat down.
Exactly.
All right.
Weather?
Well, we could break a record today. I think the record is 81. Could be close to that today. Well, probably we'll break it tomorrow, though. They're anticipating 84 for a high tomorrow. Things cool down a little bit for the rest of the weekend, but today and tomorrow, very, very warm and sunny. Overnight lows in the mid-50s.
All right. Thank you very much.
Acting! Brilliant! Thank you!
All right. 9:30. We'll be right back. Stand by.
Men's restrooms are terrible places.
Oh, they are.
They are just
I
terrible
wouldn't
places.
know.
So this is based on a recent experience, like 10 minutes ago.
Okay.
So I'm there in the restroom,
Yes.
standing at the urinal. And then, and there's a little partition between, there are two urinals side by side, a little partition between them.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm standing there, I've got my hand, I'm bracing myself up against the wall, and I'm doing my business. And somebody comes in, and I don't see who it is, and stands, goes to the urinal to the right of me.
Yeah.
And the first thing that happens is I hear, shoo. And then as I'm standing there, and whoever it is standing there, and part way into his business, I hear, oh man,
Really?
oh,
Really?
yeah. Oh.
You know, you don't have to make those noises,
And I'm just standing there going, now, by this time, I am completely done, but I don't move.
No,
I'm going to wait for that person to be done and leave the restroom, which I did. As soon as I heard the hand washing was over and the door opened,
I mean,
I went and washed myself.
I'm happy that he's enjoying the experience.
I guess.
So much.
I guess. I don't think I vocalize when I, certainly not. Maybe I do. I don't know. I'll have to check next time. But I certainly wouldn't do it if somebody else was in there.
I don't know, because I purposely stay out of the bathroom if someone's already in there. If I open the door and I see somebody in there, I'll turn around and I'll leave.
That's what I do too.
Because I like to have my privacy. But you do vocalize every morning, and I keep thinking, should I ask if he's okay?
Oh, when I first come in?
When you get here,
I know.
There's a lot of sighing.
A lot of sighing, and I keep thinking to myself, should I ask if he's okay?
Yeah, you're right. I know I do that, and there is a reason. To be very honest, I am in considerable pain.
I'm sorry.
That's the reason.
Okay,
And
then I won't ask.
I have my back is not treating me well, and that's pretty much what it is.
I'm sorry to hear that.
But I mean, I'm like when I'm sitting here,
you're fine. Just
pretty much. There's just. But when if I've been moving and walking into the room and carrying my bag, and it's like,
we need to get you a porter.
A porter.
Well, listen, that'd be nice.
Porter.
That'd be nice.
Where do we get a porter?
You know, I'm tempted to start. When I go to the grocery store, I always, even if I can get one item, I get a cart because I can lean on the cart and use it. I'm tempted to start using those little.
The electric scooters?
Yeah, the little one you drive around the store.
That'd be fun.
And I could.
That's what they're there for.
I mean, you've got a pass, right?
Yeah, I mean, I have a handicapped pass for my car.
We go.
But you don't need that for the. I don't think they
Just
even
take it.
Here. I don't know. I feel weird doing it though.
That's what they're for.
I need to get a little exercise.
I think that if you're going to do it, but commit to it.
Yeah.
And when you go past somebody, go, whee!
Or if there isn't one there, complain to the management.
Complain to the management. There you go.
Our old friend Chris Jones. Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Out of the news game and into the planetarium game.
Yep.
What is your official position at the Clark Planetarium?
So my official title is, let me get this straight.
All right.
Marketing and Communications Supervisor.
Okay.
Good.
So that makes sense why you're here, to communicate with
And they
us.
let you grow your hair.
That's right. Yeah, you know, I was on TV for 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
I had to comb my hair every day.
Yeah.
And one day I asked, could I grow some facial hair? And they're like, no.
No.
And I'm like, you know what? And after I left, I'm like, I own my face. I have the rights to my
Well,
you
better check your contract.
Actually, they own my face for 2 years after I leave. So it's
I
not
was going to say.
But Clark Planetarium, that's what we're here to talk about. And you've got some laser shows coming up. Talk about those.
So Laser Taylor Swift, Volume 2, and Laser AC/DC. We're giving those away in the Dome Theater, and I'm sure you guys have probably...
I've seen.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And I actually have a confession to make. I'm a bit of a music snob. I like jangly folk music that's discordant and nobody likes.
You want Laser John Prine.
Exactly, that's right. Laser Tedeschi Trucks Show Band.
Yeah.
But, so I'm one of those people who just like, oh, pop music, whatever. But if I'm honest, or Taylor Swift,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, if it's on, shake it out,
Yeah.
I'll listen to it.
Absolutely. There's a reason that she is so beloved.
There's a reason she's so good.
She's good at what she does.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so it's the full Dome experience with synchronized music and lasers.
And this is a different one. So there's been a Taylor Swift one before. This is a completely different set list, right?
That's right. Yeah. So we did it last year. And so it was all like, I mean, I guess I was about to say it's all her main hits, but like she's got a million of them. So
She does, yeah.
So we did, I think it was 10 or 12 songs, and it was huge. Like people loved it. So we decided to bring it back and take advantage of that.
Is it running by itself and then followed by AC/DC, or are you alternating them, or what are you doing there?
No, all during the week for Laser Taylor Swift Volume 2. And then AC/DC is only on the weekend. So
okay,
yeah.
gotcha.
So you don't. It's not like a like a double feature like you used to go to back in the day.
Because AC/DC fans work during the week, and we don't have time until the weekend to
Got
go see
jobs to do.
AC/DC.
What are you saying?
So Clark Planetarium, it's over there at the Gateway.
Yeah.
And that's not all you do. You don't just do laser shows.
No. I mean, so what's cool about and it's funny because I don't think a lot of people know exactly everything that we do.
Oh yeah, there's a ton of stuff.
Number one is that all the exhibits are free, which is pretty rare for especially any museum or feature in the state. So what's interesting about that is, during this kind of weird economic time, we've seen like our numbers like just increase exponentially, as you can imagine.
Oh, they will.
And so we do that. We also have we've added a new space called the Learning Space, and so all of our programs that we do, because we don't just have the exhibits and the movies, we also have the learning programs too. And so if you want to learn about microscopes, if you want to learn about telescopes, if you got a little kid and you want them to learn about science, you can take them on over to the Learning Space, which is just about 100 yards away from the planetarium up the street. And that's all free too. So,
oh wow!
I mean, when you're looking at this weird economy right now, like the amount of options that we offer over there is pretty cool.
Now it says here in these talking points, hands-on experience with the Mars rovers, space-themed games, and meteorites. Is it safe to handle a meteorite?
It's slightly toxic. You'd be fine. You end up with a third thumb. Whatever.
Yes. And people know a meteor is when it's in the sky, and it becomes a meteorite when it's on the ground.
That's right. I can't remember all the details, but it's like it's the largest in the United States, and it's right there as you.
The one you have?
The one that we have,
Oh.
yeah. So you would just kind of, as you come in, and then you go off to the left into our main exhibit hall on the first floor. It's right there. You can touch it all you want.
Mm-hmm. And laser shows, IMAX movies as well.
Is the Blue Angel still playing?
Yeah, it is, actually.
Yeah.
Did you go see it?
No, I didn't get a chance to. I talked to somebody who did, though.
Did they like it?
Said it was amazing.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
So if you want admission to the shows, how much is that? That's not free, right?
No, you got to pay for the movies.
Yeah.
It's like, I think it's $10.
$10?
$10, $12, yeah, I can't remember.
And we've got some passes to give away.
These are not for you, Bill. These are for your listeners.
If you want to go, Bill, you got to pay for it.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll make you pay extra.
He's a Swiftie, though.
So the laser shows, the laser ACDC shows run Friday and Saturday nights. Laser Taylor Swift Volume 2 is during the week. Tickets are $10, and you can buy them online, probably, right?
Yeah, just go to clarkplanetarium.org and then click on shows, and then you'll be able to find all those shows, plus all the other shows that we've got, like you mentioned, the Blue Angels. We've got Vast starting in the Dome as well, which is pretty cool.
What is Vast?
Vast is kind of like an explanation of how the universe essentially started. And what it is basically you kind of start on Earth and then it pulls back, and and what they do is they show you everything that we have been able to chart of the entire universe.
Oh, that's cool.
It's super cool. I watched it the other day.
Yeah,
So
who programs that stuff like that?
this is a Norwegian company who made that.
I see.
Yeah, so a documentary, and it's interesting because it's the text is Norwegian, but it's an English narrator, and you can just kind of hear some of the language.
Everything doesn't translate exactly.
Not quite.
Every once in a
there,
while, say, "Yeah, sure."
Yeah, for whatever.
Yeah, sure is fast. Yeah.
Guy in the chat room says the video games that you have on level 3, the third floor.
Yeah.
There's one that's a Mars settlement game.
Yeah.
And a Planet video game. His kid would really like a copy of these. I don't imagine that you're just passing those out or selling them, are you?
Yeah, we don't. It's a huge table about the size of a coffee table. But yeah, so we can't bring it to your house or anything.
Sorry.
Unfortunately.
Sorry,
Yeah, my apologies. You can come to the planetarium
anytime.
You can play it there. Yeah.
It's are you open 7 days a week?
Yeah, we are. Yeah.
There you go. So let's give away some passes for the.
For both of these shows, we have a 4-pack of tickets to the Laser Taylor Swift Volume 2 and a 4-pack of tickets to Laser AC/DC.
So 877-602-9696. Just get whoever gets through and says, "I want AC/DC," you'll get it.
Give me
Taylor Swift, then you'll get that, and the rest of you are out of luck.
No, you're not. You just spend $10 and go
spend your
see
$10.
it.
Come on.
But I mean, you're out of luck for free tickets. So it's nice to see you, Chris.
It's good to see you, Bill.
And you're just loving it there?
Yeah, it's great. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot different than anything I've ever done before because it's, this morning we were printing these tickets up. We're making, we're creating shows, and it's a lot. It's fun.
Are you there? Are you there on premises most of the time?
Yeah.
You're not being on radio and that.
No, I'm not. Yeah, no, I'm down. I'm there. I don't work the popcorn or fix the machines, but I'm in the planetarium all the time. Yeah,
and being a spokesperson.
Yeah, and doing this kind of stuff too.
Well, you seem a lot happier and relaxed.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Well, I just got married too, so
congratulations.
That makes me a lot more relaxed.
Good. Getting out of the news game was good for you.
It was very good.
And
you're welcome here.
And it was
anytime.
good for the news, I have to say.
That's right. I'm sure Channel 2's ratings have gone through the roof since I left. So
yeah, I'm sure. All right, nice to see you, Chris.
Good to see you.
Good to see you. All right, we will take a break, play a song, and crawl towards the exits coming up after these.
Ben Lee has joined us here in the studio, the Donut Critic, and he's brought us some tasty items from 43 Bakery.
There we go.
Yeah, and Ben, so tell us the history of 43 Bakery.
Well, first of all, I mean, look what I'm holding. I'm holding a bouquet of croissants.
Well, did 43 do that?
Yeah, so 43 did this, and it's just a reminder that we have Valentine's Day tomorrow. Yeah. So
can anybody go get a croissant bouquet at?
So they have them today, and they have a few for pickup tomorrow, but you can pre-order. So if you call in or on their website, you can pre-order these. So
if the love of your life loves croissants, this is perfect.
It's actually kind of nice looking.
It's not bad, I gotta say.
Well, croissants look kind of like roses if you think about it, the way they're...
Some kind of flower, yeah.
It's true.
So let's talk about 43 Bakery and what's it all about.
So 43 Bakery is born and bred within Salt Lake City. Even the name is Salt Lake City. 4,300 is our elevation, our average elevation.
Okay.
And so it was named after that. And if you have been to farmers markets in the past and saw streusel, then you're familiar with their treats as well.
Oh.
So, yeah, they've been around for a few years. They were in that commissary kitchen on 17 South. And then it's just really matured into a business, and now they're on about 8 South, 800 West. So.
And what makes them unique?
So their laminated dough, I think, is some of the best.
What's laminated dough?
So it's just the layered dough. So anything that you're looking at with croissants, puff pastries, like anything that has those layers.
Queen Amman is the queen of lamination.
Yes. Oh, Queen Ammans are amazing. But yeah, what I brought into you today are a few of his items. One of them is the Danish that he had for streusel.
Mm-hmm.
It's that raspberry cream.
I knew I recognized this because we used to have streusel delivered to our house.
Yeah, it's an over-the-top, amazing Danishes.
Yeah, very
I feel
good.
like that signature piece that he has in his
Mhm.
shop. I also brought his croissant dough, or his cronut, and I feel like that also has some really good lamination, and it's soft on the inside, but still crispy on the outside.
Kind of like me.
And then I brought a sweet roll and then a savory Danish as well. So he's got a lot of options.
What's the filling of the savory one?
That is a spinach artichoke. And one of the things that he's really planning on doing is turning it from just a stop in, stop or go bakery, and wants to be a community center, wants it to be something where people can go and feel comfortable sitting in there. And so he's doing an extended menu. He wants to do more brunch, lunch, and then finally dinner eventually.
Really?
Mhm.
Okay. That's pretty ambitious.
Now, the sweet roll is not laminated dough. It's just
Sweet roll is not.
bread
no.
dough.
And he has a lot of other things in there, like pies. And like I said, when you're building a brunch or a dinner menu,
Yeah.
you're going to have a lot of different things.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, he's looking to get his liquor license pretty.
Oh, he's going all the way with
all the way
everything.
on it. Yeah.
Committed.
And where is it? Where is 43 Bakery?
So it's about 8 South, 800 West. I mean, you can access it from 900 South. So if you're just going right down that restaurant area, yeah, he's just tucked back in there. It's a renovated warehouse. It is honestly the coolest looking space. All the brick, it's really wide and open and just decorated really well. So I think it's one of those spots that just hasn't been found yet.
And you know, you've kept saying the he and the guy. Who is the guy who does 43 Bakery?
So it's Chef Andrew Carrao, and he's from Southeast Utah. So he is from Utah. Went to culinary school at Utah State University, Utah Valley University, sorry. And then has just really tried to gain all of his different flavors and his experience from around. I think he's been at shops outside of the United States and within like some of the bigger cities, and has brought it to Utah.
It sounds like a nice place to work. I'm on his website, 43bakery.com. It says our employees are paid a full living wage. In fact, our employees are paid well above national average for food industry. They have benefits, paid time off, paid sick leave, paid volunteer time, parent leave. Sounds like a nice place to work.
Now, just the
more and more reasons to go.
Just the unadorned croissant dough or piece. So this is just without any filling or butter or anything. You can eat a whole one without anything on it.
Oh, yeah.
It's so delicious. I mean, this is delicious.
So you could get the croissant bouquet for Valentine's Day.
And eat it too, yeah. It's not just for show.
I was going to say, but if you don't have a Valentine, here you go. This will make you feel better.
Well, I was going to say, a lot of people are talking, Single Awareness Day as well. If you're not sharing Valentine's Day with a loved one, hey, I used to do that when I was single. I'd go out and get a bunch of treats. I treat myself all the time.
Yeah.
It's the way to do it.
You deserve it.
Now, Ben, you're going to be on Fox, are you, on TV?
Yep. So tomorrow on Fox 13, I'm going to be talking about a few businesses we've already kind of talked about. We talked about Shea Nibs last time.
Yes.
She has chocolates that you can go and pick up. These are amazing, awesome chocolates. And then also the chocolate, they have late night cake and by candlelight. So
late night
Come
cake
and have
by
cake.
candlelight.
Come and have cake by candlelight.
yeah, I mean, we all want to eat cake at 10 p.m., right? So
What time are you going to be on Fox?
so I'm going to be on at 1 p.m. tomorrow.
13, Fox 13.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. Ben Lee, the donut critic. This is, can we eat that croissant bouquet too?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Oh, I thought you were going to use that for the TV.
I should. I actually should.
Maybe
So-
you should
Yeah,
take
keep
it with,
it for the
take
TV.
it with you.
I'll
Keep
take
it
it
for
with
the
me.
TV.
But yeah,
As much
43 Bakery is an amazing place. You need to visit them.
As much as I want another croissant.
We'll go to 43 Bakery.
Yeah.
No, I mean I want it now. All right, Ben Lee, go to Instagram or all of the socials. The Donut Critic is where you'll find him.
Yeah.
Yep.
43 Bakery. It doesn't get much more local than that.
Yeah.
Nope.
Thank you, Ben.
Thank you all.
On this day, in 1989, The Cure released Lullaby, the lead single from their 8th studio album, and just an amazing album, Disintegration.
That's actually one of my favorite Cure songs. It's very...
Cure song?
It's very moody.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Like The Cure.
Let's see, before we do the promo, I just want to remind people I'm going to be out and about on Saturday.
Saturday?
I'm doing a personal appearance at Ivory Homes in West Haven, which is sort of west of Ogden, I believe.
1822 South, 2475 West, Ivory Homes. I'll be there from 11 to 1. I will have Radio from Hell coffee mugs and Lagoon passes, I believe, to give away.
All right.
So there's
Key tags and fun?
I'll have some fun. I don't think we have any key tags left.
All right. Let's do the promo and get out of here then, shall we?
Okay.
Friday's Radio from Hell show is coming at you bigly.
Full of hamburgers and testers.
We're getting yippee on Friday's Radio from Hell show here on X96.
Oh, Tesla.
Yeah, we should do that again
I
because
misread
otherwise
that.
the joke is missed.
Yes, I misread that. Take two.
Should we do it in the Trump voice? Is that what you're saying?
No, I think we
You
just...
didn't give me any direction.
No, I think you're just you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Friday's Radio from Hell show is coming at you bigly.
Full of hamburgers and Teslers.
We're getting yippee on Friday's Radio from Hell show here on X96.
Okay.
I just wanted to get yippee.
You wanted to get yippee? Yeah. Oh, you did. Good for you.
Come on, everybody, get yippee.
Yep. Fine job as always, Katie. Live long and prosper, bitches.
Don't you know who I am?
His dumpster was in the air.
Oh, my. Artie Fufkin stuff.